I'm awfully big there, Justin. Make me little.
That's always fun, throwing random people in at the intro of our Wednesday night maker hangout. Hope everyone's doing well. It's been a long couple weeks, busy things. I've been resting a lot because I'm just tired. Very jealous of everybody that got to go to Midwest Rep Fest. Not so jealous of the humidity. I saw the floor was sweating, basically. That's the humidity and the heat's one of the reasons I don't go as much as I really wanted to go, and honestly thought about flying out Friday night to get there. The heat and humidity kind of pulled me back from that. So hopefully we'll hang out for a few hours, have some fun. Yes, tech cheaper. That is the term, moist. I hear some filament that Scott gave away had like an 85% humidity in a poly dryer box. So I put that in my dryer for like 2-3 weeks, leave it there, and come back and hope it's dry. I've done that before. So as you saw, we already have one guest. We also have another guest who I don't think's been on my stream. I got to meet him at Rocky Mountain. He is one of our favorite designers of really cool things like the Flexi Remurf logo, which I love this thing. Might have to have you do one for next year. A little bit thinner, though. That thing took up a ton of filament. Yes, it may need to be dry. It was in an ocean. So let's get our two guests in here. We got Buddy with PTAD, one of the hosts of PTAD, who was at Rocky Mountain. And then we got Bearded Printer, the designer of the floppy everythings.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good.
Yeah. Your audio is a little delayed on your video, so just a heads up on that.
Oh. I don't know how to fix that.
Me neither. might be the wrong microphone. Might be pulling from.
I'll see if I can fix that.
Yep. Tech Jeeber says, Bearded Printer, neat. Well, I mean, I'll put a beard on a printer if I have to. Maybe it's just my audio's all messed up, but his was out of sync. So it's probably all me. I always have tech issues. I'm the techie. So how's everyone's week been?
It's been a week. Well, actually,
Yep.
it's not been a week. It's been 3 days.
I know. With 2 more days to the weekend. It's not soon enough. I mean,
we're almost there.
Almost.
Yeah. Not soon enough. That's all I
feel like I'm definitely going to be white knuckling it through work, though. I think definitely.
Yeah, I did that today. I'll probably be doing that tomorrow and Friday too, because issues and things. So
yeah,
it seems like work's just getting worse for everybody. Not sure why that's happening, but it is.
It might be that the stress of the rest of the world is getting worse, and so work seems even worse than it used to seem. Maybe.
Mm-hmm. I may not disagree with that.
Well, I took a little bit of time off for family vacation, so I think my problem is I was away from work, and then when I came back, it was like, oh, by the way, we're doing all this new stuff, and I'm like, great. So
yeah, that's standard. Try to change my headphones. Let's see if that's clear. It might be my headphones. My vacations always consist of Rep Fests. I really don't take other ones. It's usually Rocky Mountain and 3D Earthtopia, and maybe a day off here and there, but not nearly as much as I'd like. It's all the travel. As much, and I love my Rep Fests, but I feel like I don't sleep at them because I want to hang out with everyone.
That's true.
You know, next year will be better for Rocky Mountain. Better dates for those that have been courteously, I can't talk, have been NDA'd on the dates. Because I can't release them officially until we sign the contract. But I'm hoping I'm gonna bug the venue in a couple weeks and be like, "Hey, I've got people asking. I need to freaking sign this thing."
I was like, I really hope, I really, really, really hope it's not in May at the same time it was, because then my middle child graduates, so it'll
Oh, geez.
happen right then. And I was like, I
Yeah,
really
no.
need to go, but
Yeah, no, I can tell you it will not be in May. Then at least that weekend in May, the next 2 years, but it won't be in May next year. So for those of you that know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. You know, but everyone's asking. I probably got 10 messages from people this week on Facebook. Like, when is it? When is it? I would love to. I wish the venue would let us book out. But if I could get the first weekend in May, I would set that weekend and be done. But someone else has it, which is funny because I went there when they were there and they had like 500 people come through. I'm like, hello. Maybe.
I mean, it's not like we're flaky or anything. It's not like we'll schedule it and be like, oh, never mind, we're not going to do the event anymore.
It's not going to be in February, Tech Cheaper. No way. You can come here in February. No, the snow would come. We'd have to have people ship 3-4 weeks ahead. You know, that would be bad. Yeah, that would be. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. This year was epic. I'm going to have a challenge this next year to make it even more epic.
Oh, it was so much fun.
It was. It's going to be interesting to do it again with the. I mean, we're going to do the same everything space, and we'll see what the future holds. Some cool stuff. I talk about this each week, but if this event exists in 5 or 6 years, which I'm going to talk about here in a few, nothing bad, but I'm hearing other events popping up which can potentially cause problems, more for sponsors and attendees than anything, because sponsors can only go to so many events. I mean, I know what West 3D spends to come here with their team and their stuff. It ain't a small number. Our sponsorship is a very small percentage of that. So we'll see. Show off what is the future of the event. If it's so, it hasn't been a bunch of the other events in the face. I'd love to.
We have seniority.
I wish they actually get priority. If another event has it and they get priority, but so this is the rendering. I hate that it keeps going back. So currently we're in this building. Ignore this. This is a addition that they're planning. That's our current building right now. There's going to be some changes. It's going to be a little messier the next couple years. But if you look at that gorgeous block of white, that is the very early rendering of the projected hotel and event center, spanning a projected 114,000 square feet.
Ooh,
we're at 38, so a little more than 1.5 times bigger. There's some fun we can have with that. I'm kind of excited to hopefully be running the event by then.
Are there going to be some high ceilings there? It looks like we got some maybe theaters or high ceilings in there or something.
I know there'll be 2 floors, not for event, but there's going to be a main floor, I think. And then there's going to be a bunch of breakout rooms upstairs, which for me is a little frustrating because even getting people to the speaking area this year was a challenge. But
and you said there were going to be sleeping accommodations, right? Some like half hotel or something.
Yeah, so this winged part is supposed to be a hotel. I assume it won't be yet. I don't know on the parking. I'm a little worried about parking, but we'll deal with that in 5 or 6 years. Still parking's free. I'm assuming it won't be. But I mean, it's the event.
As long as the event is free, then what's a parking fee? Yeah. You know, so
yeah. The nice thing is with this, eventually, we'll be able to have bigger booths, more booths. You know, I'm visualizing on the outside 20-foot deep booths only on the outer ring. So anyone who's out there has to use like half the booth for the aisle kind of thing. Like they pull people in. So I have it mapped out in my head. We'll see how it works.
I mean, I think I'm
You
most
know.
excited about the idea of there being a hotel on the premises and not having to
There's
deal with the embassy as much.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good and bad. The parking for that, I'm assuming, I know they're going to wrap around all this parking, so I'm assuming it will be better. I wonder who their hotel partner is going to be. That's going to be the kicker.
Yeah.
You know, who they have. That's a very loud keyboard, by the way.
Oh, sorry. I should mute myself next time I type.
No, you're good. You're good. It's just like, Mitch. Mitch 3D likes to.
I
loud
like my
keyboards.
mechanical keyboards. I use
Oh.
blue switches and I like them loud. So
Yeah, I do the Ornata Chroma V3 because it's just quiet enough.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I know the hotel is insane. They were ticketing this year. I went there Sunday night was the only night I went, and I had to pay $4 or $10 or whatever the hell it was for a few hours of parking. I'm like, I just brought how many people? Yeah, they don't care. I'm going to work on that for next year. I'm hoping to build a relationship with them to get it, but I haven't heard back in a month, so I'm going to go bug them here in a couple weeks and be like, all right, we need a discount code that gives at least 20 to 30% off standard rates. And or give me a block. I'll book out I'll book out the whole hotel if they'll do it for $120 a night. Just gone. But we'll see. It's exciting, but they're only starting the back end, which let me switch back to this. So for drag racing next year, we've got to find a different spot to do it because back here they're going to backfill this to a 2% grade. Basically, the circle that's just outside our North Hall, they're going to backfill that at a 2% grade starting in October. So we won't have a drag strip next year, at least the standard one. We're working on a few options. Some of these offshoot sidewalks we may have to figure out how to utilize. If we use the parking lot, which I would love to, we have to bring in metal barriers, and our insurance skyrockets with that for some reason. I guess because vehicles can get there on a regular basis. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Yeah, right down the main.
Let's just tell everyone to bring a sheet of plywood. I'm sure we'll make it work. Yeah. I'm sure they would bring it.
Right. We'll just go to Home Depot or Lowe's. No, we'll see what happens. They may have made some progress by then. Yeah, right down the main aisle with 3,000 people. Sure. We're already having to look at bleachers for the death racers and the dragsters. There's just so many people that we need to. They have bleachers we can rent.
Yeah, it gets packed.
Well, I couldn't even watch them on Saturday. I tried to look just really quick, and I mean, there's 5-6 rows of people. I'm like, we're gonna need some bleachers.
I was surprised. I got there pretty early for the death racers, and by the time they started, I looked around. I'm like, oh, I'm like standing in front of kids. I'm like, oh, you go in front of me. So it was pretty packed.
We got a good friend of ours. If his video works. I need to send him a video camera. One of our volunteers, Clown Hammer. Should I send you should I drop a camera in the mail tomorrow?
I've got, the ironic thing is I probably have 17 of them laying around here, and I get the worst one that I'm actually using.
I know, right? Yeah. What are you using? A potato cam or?
I think it's an Arduino camera.
Oh my God. My watch doesn't have a camera and it could do better.
I could probably use my cell phone and it would do better, but
Yeah, but the audio would be a mess.
No, I can still use the audio through my desk phone is Bluetooth to my computer.
Oh.
Yeah, and I have a DEC
headset
today. Oh, lucky you.
I'm not happy. No, it's the Link brand that everyone's doing. I know. We're going from our NEC phones that we've had as long as I've been there to a Yealink IP phone.
That's because our salespeople are not so good.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm the only one that runs a headset. So I've got my headset. The phones go live at 10 a.m. tomorrow, and I'm ready to.
Oh, nice.
I'm telling them if this ain't working, get rid of it.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna work. It's. I've heard bad. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's so great. It's so great."
No.
Not everything I've read about it.
No, I had a customer that left me for it, and I ran into him. And I said, "How's that new phone system working out for you?" "Oh, it sucks." And I said, "Well," I said, "you can always come back to us." I said, "Our stuff worked." He says, "Yes, it did." So
I think it's all about less expenses.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So we'll see how nightmarish it is.
I'm playing with the Riotech Air.
Nice.
Flexible. If you printed at 260.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's the Vario Shore style stuff.
Yeah. So if you do like 270 makes it 65 shore, and 240 makes it 95 shore. So I'm playing around with for the Death Racer next year, making tracks. We'll see.
So my tracks on mine are 3 different TPUs: 75, 85, and 95.
Oh.
So the first year of Rocky Mountain, I obviously built my Death Racer, and I was able to push people off the thing, just move them. There's video. I was also running different motors than the fast motors. I was going for torque, not power, which was hilarious. And that worked well because with that, it's like an automotive tire. You get different hardnesses of rubber on a tire. So
right.
It worked great. I didn't run it this year. I just didn't have time. I'm not sure about next year. We'll see what happens with ERF. I do need to do some design work for ERF.
Yeah.
If I'm not taking a positron, we'll see.
So I haven't done a Death Racer, but I feel like slower might be better. Honestly, higher torque and slower might.
Yeah. I mean, I was running 55 T motors. My tracks never came off. Me and Tripod battled at Murph 23, and his tracks kept coming off. He had to keep them on. Mine never came off, not once.
That was my problem. My tracks, I had a flat tire, so I went to the Mala maker came out with these that you slide them in, but they're a little loose.
See, that's interesting because I had none of that issue. I didn't shrink anything or anything.
It's so you get a slot, and then you put the tread in the slot. That's what Lee Marie 3D did.
Yeah. See, ADTs are great, but they're a little slow for me. The 55s were a great balance for my wants.
And then so Lisa she won most destroyed Death Racer we got the V2 kit the other day.
Nice.
It's basically the same. So it's the same kit, but it's got a better switch. It's a 35 amp switch. Comes with
55T did too. Yeah, it's that torque is amazing.
Right. Oh yeah, it draws tons of amps, but
low turns, or the high turns.
But then 80 turn will push a car out of the arena. Huh.
Oh yeah. That my 55s were shoved. I was just pushing people. Like if there was stuff, I'd be cleaning the arena. So I have the scoop one, the bulldozer one, which I need to go back. Yeah.
Oh, the grave digger.
It was always fun to flip people. They're like, why? Because I can. The worst part's the head.
Yeah.
Honestly, I might just build a cheater Death Racer since I can't win at Rocky Mountain officially. I'll just build one that just lasts and goes after everybody.
I know
outrageous.
I know one of the videos you could see Albie popping my head off my death racer like a zit. Just...
Yep. Well, we were at IRF last year, and was it last year? One of the West 3D ones had put their old Undertaker nozzles on the weapon, the spinning weapon, and heads were shrapnel. Like there was shrapnel everywhere.
Yeah, I think hilarious. I heard
it. It was fully illegal. It was fully illegal.
Hey, you gotta have some fun.
I told Bearded that he's got to. He's in charge of building one for Front Talk After Dark next year.
One? He might as well. I built 2 the first year. Gave one to a kid, and he won.
Nice.
I was like, why?
Nice.
Why would Front Talk After Dark? We already have an RC expert. Like, why would we not have one? That doesn't make sense, Bearded.
Right.
He's like, yeah, we'll see.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on space. I know he's limited on space.
Yeah.
He is limited.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's all good. I give him crap about going to his house that one.
Just 3D print more space. I feel like that's a poor excuse.
My wife agrees with that. She's like, how many blocks do we need to build a house out of ABS? I ordered a 2.4 millimeter nozzle, so what are we doing?
Yeah, you can lay down the plastic pretty quick. Just get cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that nozzle should be here later this week. I ordered that in a 1.8. I have a 1.0 for this, which is fun. I want to try some bigger nozzles. I know I have to go slower and hotter.
I've never printed anything with larger than a 0.6. I have a 0.8, but that's as big as I have.
Yeah,
I think
it'll be
tried
interesting.
doing some stuff
A 1.8 nozzle with 1.75 filament.
That filament's just flushing through.
Yeah.
What about a 2.4? Hold on, let me pull it up.
You gotta have a weed eater motor hooked up to your extruder.
That still won't work. It still won't extrude fast enough for that nozzle.
Yeah, I've got a high flow hot end on here that is not released, like it's not available to the public. Let's see, present. Yeah, I've got enough filament lying around. I want to play with a big old nozzle.
Oh my lord!
Oh my gosh! It looks like the opening of that is larger than the threads.
Oh
you
yeah.
could probably thread another nozzle into the opening.
You're probably right. Yeah, I wish there was a better picture, but oh yeah, like that thing's insane. Or you can go back to the 1.8.
Still, wow.
It'll be
At
interesting
that point,
how slow I'm gonna have to go.
Just take the filament, lay it down, and hit it with a torch and melt it, and just start laying layers.
Right. Yeah, might as well. It'll be interesting. I'll have to see what I've got plenty. I've got 300 plus rolls of filament. I think I can have some fun with that. You know, maybe I'll build some furniture or something.
You have to replace the roll every half hour.
I was gonna say.
Every 10 minutes.
Every 10
yeah. The roll is going like this the whole time.
I've got a 10 kilogram of PETG sitting back in the closet.
You'll have to put a safety cover on the roll. It's going to be spinning so fast.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say you might have to put a shield around it.
Well, that's what this whole printer is.
Yes, Tech Deeper, yes. Like a hot dog.
A hot dog in a coffee can.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I'll have to see how it works. It's like painting with a freaking fire hose.
Basically. Oh my lord.
That's like a 0.8. 0.8's like a So here's your 0.4. Here's your 0.8. Smallitems.com. Someone's got to make a bigger nozzle for. I don't know how much bigger.
I mean, you could print your maker chips with it. It would just be in 2 smaller or shorter layers, and you got it. Just
Justin, compare those. Here's the
2 pass. You can get 50 of them done in 8 minutes. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. What's your maker chip? A blob.
Yeah,
It's like a pancake batter drop.
right.
Just thunk, 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 thunk.
It's a stepped on poop emoji.
I'm gonna try that now. I'm literally gonna make a file to do that and do it on MakerDeck. Like just do a
Yeah.
what is he printing? Yes.
Just,
Okay, but you gotta
it's
make
whatever
a
you
video and be
imagine.
like, making
Yeah.
pancakes, making bacon pancakes.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Well, there was the pancake bot that had the batter, so I guess you could modify it and have it.
Yeah. Well, it's meant for vase mode, but just say go. Just program it to. Just have it.
There's
go.
no retracting. You can't retract. It's
No.
just
Yeah,
if it's in there, it's coming out.
Yeah.
You know, if
Yeah.
it doesn't make that noise, I'm gonna be disappointed.
I'm wondering if I need to run like ASA or something. We'll see. That thing can go to 310, so
That's freedom.
that'd be fun. We'll see. When's it
We're
supposed to-
printing your floppy Canadian flag.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's gearing up for Canada Day. We were watching your stream. She goes, he needs to do a Canadian flag too. Next thing you know, well, here's a Canadian. He must have overheard you.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the floppy rock.
I can run it on the positron. They're both right down here, sitting in the closet.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh. Has it been as hot there as it's been here, Bearded?
It's actually been pretty cool here. Surprisingly, this last weekend, I was able to plow through all my mowing and trimming without even sweating. Like it was like 60 degrees out. It was fantastic.
It was real humid here. It was. I did it at noon because I thought we were going to get hit with another storm again, and my shoes were squishy. I was
I recently went to Oregon to visit family and whatnot, and especially close to the coast. I don't know how humid it typically is there, but I just always felt hot and sweaty, and it's not even as bad as Florida. I've been to Florida, and Florida is just bad, but Oregon, for some reason, I just couldn't cool down, and I hated it.
That was me at Murph 23. That was my the last Murph I went to. It was hot. It was humid. We were at a bar on Friday, and it was Saturday. It was Friday, and I'm sitting in the bar, and I get this wave of dizziness. I'm like, "That's heat exhaustion." Back to the hotel, sit in the tub.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that solved it because luckily I know the signs. But
it was 95 here today.
Yeah, it was 103 last Friday here. It was like it was cooler at Murph.
Yeah, well, and it looked like Murph was
at 100.
Wow, yeah, it looked like Murph was like
hot and humid.
They just drained the pool or whatever because everywhere water all over the place.
They had 3 chillers from what I understand, but they didn't open any doors or anything to vent that.
Yeah,
so
it's got to
the humidity. You've got to put the chiller at the door. The door's got to be open, and you have to vent it out, whether it's direct across something. Like you gotta vent that, otherwise.
I can deal with hot weather. Like it gets in low triple digits, 106, 107 here, but it's dry, and and I can deal with that. But hot and humid, add humidity to that, and it's just so miserable. I hate it.
They must have had something going on because that humidity was insane. That floor was what it looked like. Apparently, in 21, the floor was.
Well, I don't know how often. I don't know where everybody is, but like. I don't know how
you know where I am.
Well, I know where you are. I don't know how often you get to the eastern side of the country, but it's a terrarium over here all the time.
Oh yeah,
like it's always humid here.
Yeah, well, I've been there.
Someone hit Alt F4.
I was yeah. Leave it to the tech guy to.
He was told Alt F4 fixes his camera.
Yeah,
I do that to my customers. I do that to my customers at work all the time. Oh, I'm having an issue with the site to order something. Okay, hit Alt F4. What?
I love doing that in video games. Like if you're in a competitive match and things aren't going well, you just put in chat like, to see these stats, hit Alt F4, and inevitably you see someone left the game.
Yeah.
You're like, yes.
Yes.
That's hilarious.
Yes, Alt F4 is my favorite prank. People are like, what's
Oh,
that
yeah.
do? Oh, press it and find out. You might not be happy with me, but press it.
So when I worked at the dealership doing the IT, the assistant to the owner was always frazzled. So she was, and I always gave her a bad time. So I was up there doing something. She says, "I need you to hook a new mouse up for me. Can you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." And I go in, and it was a rhinestone covered mouse.
Yep.
She says, "Can you hook it up?" She says, "Can you hook this up?" I said, "Out of good taste, I really can't."
I can't in good conscience hook this up for you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So then I did the alt. What was it? If you did the alt up and down, one of the up or down arrow, it flips.
It flips the screen?
So I went in, hit it, and that's freaking hilarious. I went in and hit it,
and he's a tech guy too.
Right. So I hear I'm down the hall and I hear her screaming my name and I go down there and I'm like, "What's the problem?" She was, "Look, what did you do?" I'm like, "I don't know." I said, "Have you tried standing on your head to type?" She's like, "Just fix it." And then I changed her mail notification to a toilet flushing.
Oh.
Like 100 emails an hour to her and her daughter.
That's good.
Her daughter was down the hall in the same building as me. So I went into the bit where the business office was, and I kept hearing. And her daughter, she goes, "Man, the toilet's really loud in there." And I lost it. I'm like, I can't do this to you. I gotta. She's like, "What?" She goes, "Did you really?" I said, "Yes." I'm like, I have to have some fun.
She didn't link it to notifications. She thought the toilet just got loud.
The bathroom was just like right there. And
somebody must have gone in the bathroom and turned the volume up on the toilet.
Yeah.
I said, "If it makes you feel any better, I did it to your mom too." She goes, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "Well, I work in a car dealership." I said,
"That's what's wrong with us."
I said, "I was a mechanic for 10 years. I said, I got a vent somehow before I got paroled." She's like,
I
mean, "Oh my God."
It's also how we are in the IT world. So
I'm a software engineer, and I work for a defense contractor, so it's important to lock your computer before you walk away. And there's this guy who sat next to me, inevitably always left his computer unlocked, and so I'm like, I got to teach this guy a lesson. So, as a software engineer, sometimes you have a lot of tabs open, a lot of different windows and stuff. I closed all his windows. I flipped his screen upside down, and then I locked his computer, and I hit his smart card. And he comes back and he's like, "Oh crap, I forgot to do it again." And so I give him his smart card back. He logs in. He's like, "Oh crap." And he's like having to Google things like, "How do I flip the screen again?" And so it was just funny.
One of my teammates, still my teammate, where I work, left his open after we had told him like 100 times, like, stop doing that. So we took a picture of his desktop, made it the background, and took everything off.
I've done that. And they just keep clicking on the icons and it's not working.
Like, what is happening? You're getting more and more frustrated, like the clicks and the slamming the mouse on the desk.
Yeah.
Like,
I've done the tape on the bottom of their mouse too. If you put tape on the bottom, that's good too.
Yeah.
There's one time I actually hooked in a wireless mouse dongle while he wasn't looking, and while he'd be working, I would just like slowly move his mouse, and he'd be like, "What the heck?" And he'd like start banging his mouse, and at one point I just started clicking randomly, and apparently I closed a couple of windows on him, and I wasn't looking at his screen, so I couldn't see what I was doing. And he like goes like this, looking at me like, "Is this you?" And I'm just like, "I got my own mouse here. I don't know what you're talking about." I had that mouse hidden. So it was pretty funny to mess with them like that.
Right.
Yeah.
A previous place I worked on, they had these dongles, and you could log in with the dongle, and the default password was 1234, and no one ever changed it.
Of course.
So you can mess. I messed with a lot of people there, so that was pretty funny.
As
Nice.
someone with a security background, shame. For shame. Absolutely not.
That's too funny. Hey, if you can't mess with end users, I mean,
Yeah, this is how you get joy out of the work you do. A lot of times you're just miserable because you deal with people that just aren't as tech savvy, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah.
And so it's how you get joy out of it.
Yeah, sometimes, man, I'm like, who let you touch a computer? Is my question. Like,
That's what I ask a lot of my coworkers.
I had a lady. I had a lady that she would call all the time with just random weird. And I said, well, okay, do me a favor, go to the start button, and I see start, I see reset and power, and I'm like, he was under the desk looking at the I'm like, why are you muffled? She had me on speaker and she was under the desk. I see reset, I see power, but I don't see start.
I mean, at least she knew the computer was the tower under the desk.
Yeah, I mean,
that scene in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs when he's trying to get his dad to send him the email. That's what it reminds me of.
Yeah. It's like, oh my Lord. It's like, oh yeah, we did have fun. We would run VNC for remote support, and I would mess with people. I ran, I knew where my buddies were, and I could tell everything on the internet. So like, okay, this guy's doing something he shouldn't be. So I would slowly make the mouse just start. It would go like this.
Yeah. That's the best way to do it. You don't want to just shake it. You want to make it look like it's drifting, so they think there's something wrong with it.
It is like, oh my Lord.
That'd be hilarious. And they call you, hey, I don't know what's happening with this mouse, but it's just drifting off the
My
screen.
coworker almost submitted an IT ticket, like, my mouse is broken.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like taking batteries out of mice at work, and people are like, what the? They just go click.
Yeah.
What's wrong? Exactly. And it's just the small things.
Cyclical redundancy error between
or tape over the sensor.
Yeah,
tape on just there. A small piece of tape. It has to be clear tape, but tape.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, because you can't see it.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Or, what is it? Yeah, there's always fun with that. You gotta mess with people, otherwise your job gets boring.
I will tell you this: I really miss white keyboards by default. Does anybody else miss that? I do, but here's why. Because if you're really mad at somebody, you could pop off the I key and put a black one in.
Oh no!
I'll give him a black eye.
Black eye.
I mean, that's true. Or
never did that.
The nice thing is with these keyboards, you can change out the keys and just get rid of all the letters.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, I can't type. I need a new keyboard. Or you can take a Sharpie and just.
I'm gonna 3D print one that just says Wombat on it.
Yes, there you go. You can.
Or any.
That.
You print one out that says any.
Any. Where's the any key?
or one that says ID 10T.
Yeah.
ID 10T error. Yeah.
Oh my God.
The PEBCAC error.
PEBCAC.
Wombat stands for, right?
What's that?
I don't.
You know
I don't know what it stands for.
It stands for waste of money, brains, and time.
Oh, that's like everything I do.
Yeah, that sounds like everything that my dealership does.
Yeah, that's like my life right there. I should put that on everything.
Yeah.
Though, so back in the days of Windows 7, when Windows 7 was everywhere, the lock screen background, you had to do something really weird to be able to change that. You had to change like some files in System 32 folder. And so if ever someone left their computer unlocked and I changed that, they couldn't change it back.
Yeah.
They didn't know how. There's no setting. And so, there's this one guy, at work. He just seemed like he always acted more macho. And so I put the background of this like rainbow with this cat riding a unicorn, but and that was his background, his lock screen for the rest of the time we were employed there.
That's funny.
Never changed it back.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Cool.
I always enjoy the fact that a lot of problems that people call me with, they could literally just search on Google and they would find the answer to what.
Well, that's what not to degrade IT. The amount of things you can Google and solve is pretty much what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, as a
even
software
now-
engineer, I'm more of a professional Googler than anything.
I mean, I get pissed that I can't get a job in the IT industry. They should ask me for, can you Google things?
Right.
They should
Yes.
say, it should say on an application, how is your Google foo? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My Google
Know how to
stuff
Google
is
stuff.
definitely-
Sometimes I'll like see other people Google things and like type things out elaborately in the search engine. I'm just like, why are you doing that?
Demonetized.
Like Google doesn't care
Like
about
a
all those
lot of
extra words you're putting in there. You know
Well,
that, right?
That or
Yeah.
ChatGPT. You know.
Right.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
mean,
Yeah.
I built a spreadsheet half with ChatGPT because I couldn't figure out how to do it. I'm like, you know what? How do I do? Make this happen? Okay.
I've been surprised that the AI stuff is actually.
Well.
I looked something up before I went into the manual for our stuff,
Yep.
for the
And
phone
it knows-
stuff, and it
searches
actually
the
knew.
internet.
Yeah, it knew where to find what I was looking for. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And
I
we
like
even
that
have,
as a tool. Yeah.
yeah, we even have our own AI in our chat, our
Some
chat
people-
thing.
Oh yeah.
We can type in a question and it'll answer it. So
Right.
I forgot about it till just now. I should have done it there.
Yeah. There you go.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's
the world
definitely
is
a very nice tool to have.
Mhm.
For
And that's the
anyone.
thing. It's a tool,
Yes.
and a
Yeah.
lot of people don't realize that it is a tool.
Yeah.
right.
People use that for more than it's meant to be. It's like, stop it.
I think that just goes with anything. Any new tool comes out, there's going to be people who misuse it for, with bad intents and whatnot. So
My on-air
Yeah, like-
sign died.
Yeah.
Well, time for a new one.
how are you going to breathe? Your air is off.
I know. I'll get my can of air. I'll get my can of air.
I looked around and I never actually found a can of air while I was up there.
In Colorado
there's
or Murph?
There's a bunch. Almost every gas station has them.
I wonder if I just didn't know what I was looking.
Well, that you were in Colorado.
And we do things a little different here for sure.
We do things.
Well, I don't know that we really do anything, but we sure like to cause problems.
Until somebody mentioned it to me when I was there at Remurf and started getting elevation sickness.
Yeah, I remember.
I didn't even know canned air was a thing.
I was the one that mentioned it to you.
Yes.
There was DeWitt had something on his screen the other day. It was it's a rechargeable air blower, and the thing. Let's see if I can find it. It was it actually was pretty good.
We need to 3D print a little a headband that I can stick in. Yeah.
Right.
Just print a little clip to go on top of your headphones, right? And then you can just
easy.
Clown Hammer, we've got your boss, Zura.
Yo.
Hey.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
What's going on?
How you doing, Zura?
Doing well.
Zura was on Grant's last video for Murph today.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently giving Grant the bedroom eyes.
This guy.
And he's gone. Go watch the video. I'm not going to link it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Here's the.
Zura knew that was coming. Zura knew.
I threw the link in the private.
Yeah, those baby belt printers are pretty cool. And then that crow, the Crooked Crow. The first time I saw that, I was like, "Whoa, that's impressive."
Can you shorten that link? It didn't go right. I don't think.
That link worked for me.
Here, let me.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. You're fine.
So yeah, the baby belts are great. They're, we've got that in active development. We have a version 3 in the works, and we're trying to sort out a correct bed for our XL mod, because we were using I think it was like a CR10 mini or something like that, which was like a wide bed instead of a square. So, and Crowley stopped making that, so that got delayed. But actually, if you give me a second, I got to turn my camera.
And he's gone. Next.
All right.
I had to go yell at a dog barking.
Huh?
I had to go yell at a dog barking at thin air.
Isn't that normal though? Aren't there like ghosts and things?
Yeah, I think something. I don't know. These two, one barks, the other one starts barking because one, it's he don't know what he's barking at, but he just figures he'll join in.
Yeah.
So
it's a
my dogs have learned the sound of the notification for the doorbell. Like when Ring tells me there's somebody at my front door. So every time the dog hears it, he starts barking and runs to the front door.
Yeah.
Before anything else has ever happened, he learned the sound on my phone.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yep, ours do the same thing.
So I just happen to have a little birdie here with me.
Oh, look at that!
Did he send that back with you?
Well, he's here on the way back from Murph and on the way too. But
yeah. Another printer you can get mad at.
Yeah.
So yes, it is here. I'm going to be doing some work on it, tighten things up. Got to reprint the tool head. I already told Rob I'm probably going to try to CAN bus this thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's
I've got an EBB 42 sitting around if you want it.
This would use a 36.
I might not have one of those.
I'm pretty sure I have a spare.
I'm sure we can get someone to send one.
But yeah, we actually bent a nozzle at Murph.
Ooh. Or did Murph bend the nozzle with all that moisture?
With all the moisture. No, there was a print on the bed, and Rob sent another print without looking. So I'll be there's one key change I'll be making at minimum. I'm gonna update the start macro to cycle the belt completely.
Right. That way it clears it. That's a smart way to do it.
Yeah.
When I had my belt printer and used it a few times, that was always the challenge. You'd have to move the belt before you start the next print.
I mean, so with the baby belt, we officially made the announcement that we're sunsetting Marlin support. We're going to do one last build.
I saw that.
A couple people are upset about it, and they're like, "Well, why do you hate Marlin?" I'm like, "We don't. Marlin's great. Love Marlin. It's just it's a lot easier to go in and fix stuff on Clipper. You just go and edit your printer config. You don't have to recompile anything."
Yeah.
So
right. I think my belt printer is the only one still running Marlin. I haven't converted it over.
Yeah, I sold my belt printer at Rocky Mountain. So 2 years, 3 years. I think I had it 3 years. It was time.
Oh yeah, you had was it a CR30, Justin?
No, I had the Ender 3 belt kit.
Oh, that's the same one I have with the
Yeah, I ended up linear rails. I modified the hell out of it. Custom hot end, custom. And then I just hadn't used it in a year. And I'm just like, I'm going to sell it. Sold it at the event. And I was trying to sell 1 or 2 printers at the event. So
it's kind of your MO.
Hey,
when you're broke, you're broke.
Hey. No, I mean, I have
I think it looks like you have a couple printers to spare, so.
Yeah, so these are just the 5 you can see. There's a V0 over there, 2 positrons down here. I have 8 working printers. I'm working on someone else's printer, and then I've got a CME CNC Eris that's literally collecting dust that I haven't finished. I probably need to bring that to Mitch at IRF, give that to him at IRF, but I've got to figure out how to get it there. And then I've got 2 Voron 2.4 250 frames I'm thinking of building out and selling next year. But I've got to figure out how to do it cheap enough that I'm not losing money. I've got a lot of parts. I mean, most of the stuff I have. It's the bed, mostly the bed and some of the electronics that are going to hit me with the hardest.
Yeah, that's. I have a similar problem because I have some parts to validate for the West 3D kit, and it's I don't have any spare NEMA 11s.
Ooh.
So I have to order those. It's the one part I would love to get away from on the baby belt. Who knows? Maybe we'll see something in V3, but right now they're great. They fit on the gantry really well.
Right.
But it's just a little harder to source. I mean, you can get them on Amazon, but they're like $25 a piece.
Right. Yeah, I've got to do a bill of materials. Honestly, I'm tempted to just start building a 250 2.4, see how far I get with what I have, and then because I can do almost everything. I think the biggest issue might be pulleys as well. Luckily, I can reach out to a few contacts and maybe get some of those, but we'll see. Or I can go cheap and build a Mouth Alley, but I don't like building cheap stuff.
Yeah. Well, if everything goes to plan with this, and I find a good cutter for a Dragon Burner style tool head, because that's what we're using here. Again, if everything goes to plan and I get everything else sorted out, I might go next level, get another box drill kit, or just take this one from my Trident and bring
just message Jason. He may help you out. Let him know what you're doing, and maybe he may help.
The problem is I don't want to commit to saying, "Hey, I want to do a box turtle on the Pro."
But that's the problem. If he helps, you're going to be committing. Trust me, I know.
Right. And time is already at a premium.
3 months to 3D Earthtopia. I need to book my flights.
Well, and I don't know if you heard. So I wouldn't want to get my Micron put together for forever, but I don't have the tool to build it from CAD.
Yeah.
Long story short, Digital Dragon 72 is going to be building for me on the stream.
Good.
So
finally, that thing will get done. You've only been working on that since the first Rocky Mountain.
Actually, I got that. I think the April just before Rocky Mountain last year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I brought you some of the steppers because I'm not using
I still have those. They're sitting in.
So why haven't you built a Micron, Justin?
Because I have a Salad Fork 180 eventually coming from Fabrico. Eventually, sometime. I'm hoping to have it soon.
Soon, TM.
Well, it's not a high priority, so it's definitely TM.
Right.
Like I've messaged Hector. He's like, "Oh, they're still working on it." I'm like,
"Yeah,
great." I mean, I only paid $300 for it because I had a $500 gift card. So,
yeah. Well, the other thing is with the Crow here, I don't know if Idea Maker supports multicolor,
right?
Because that's like the main slicer we're using, and if I do get a box turtle going on this, it's going to be like one print 90 degrees, advanced next print single color.
Right.
Because I don't know if anything does belted 30 or 45 degree slicing with multi-material.
Maybe Idea Maker. Maybe
that might be the only one. But again, I gotta.
Let me look at my profile here.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll be right back. I need to go put the kids to sleep.
Okay.
Not approved. All right. Type of printer settings, extruder count. It'll only let me do 2 because the raised printers only max out at 2. Well, you're screwed.
Well, I mean, if I'm only doing a 2-color print.
Yeah, but if you're running a box turtle, just do IDEX. Just go IDEX on it.
Do you see how little room I'm working with here?
I'm just adding things to frustrate you. That's all.
Have they come out with the price on the IDEX yet?
Yeah, for what?
On the
the
index. The index.
They're ballparking.
No.
Like what? They're ballparking 150 for the main, and then like 35 for each hot end, which is cheap.
Really...
when it releases, it's going on this printer. We got the man, the myth, the legend, the Steve.
Yo.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve. How's it going?
Doing, Steve?
Are you all dried out from Murph?
Mostly.
Except any filament you picked up.
Hey.
I did pick up one roll.
I printed Pet G in all that humidity and in swamp coolers, and Steve actually saw it too. It wasn't the prettiest.
No, not even a little bit.
No. Yeah,
I think
if anyone who picked up any rolls, put them in the dryer for a couple weeks.
Yeah, I think Pezla said she was getting all the TPU from Overture, and I'm thinking it might be 2.85 millimeter by now with all the water that was in the air.
Oh yeah, yeah, very much so. Let's see, what's Steve working on back there?
Oh, I'm just cleaning.
Oh yeah, I've been meaning to do that.
I am way past due for cleaning.
Yeah,
stopped.
Mine just allocates stuff anymore.
I stopped cleaning because then I start losing stuff.
See, that's the same for me. I put stuff away and I can't find it.
Exactly.
We lost Buddy. Where'd she go? Oh, good.
Oh.
So I hear your Oreos were a little light on filling, Steve.
That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. And they even responded. That's freaking cool.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool to get them to respond to it.
Oh, Oreo actually responded.
Yeah. Nabisco, whoever makes them, they said, send us a DM.
Yeah, Pooch sent a DM. It ended up at some little form thing, and they wanted like expiration date and
Jesus,
all this kind of stuff on the thing. But it was more just the fun.
Oh yeah,
fun little thing.
Right. Well, the nice thing about Murph is you get to shoot Nerf blasters anywhere you want.
That's true, and I didn't fire a single one.
No,
I didn't take.
I remember what Murph 23.
I just took myself.
There was a ton of them, right?
Murph 23, we were firing at all the death
races. Dude, they were everywhere. It was great.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you and Nero were firing like bats out of hell.
Hey, buddy, we got a visitor.
Oh,
I almost said hi back.
Kitty. Oh, the cats love to hang out with you, don't they, Steve?
Oscar is definitely the shop kitty.
Yeah.
Felix will come out here eventually, but
yeah,
Oscar's always looking for treats. So it's time for treats.
Yeah. Now we gotta focus on Steve for the treats on the stream.
Oh no, it'll be a bit. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I don't immediately give him treats.
They gotta wait.
Right.
So this was printed at 270.
Okay. Damn.
And it's pretty soft, and it hasn't torn. And this is 260.
Dang. Have you gone to like 250 to see what that gives you?
No, I'm running one at 270 right now just to see, because I turned off the retraction settings because it made a mess.
Yeah.
The,
Yeah.
the
What are you
tread
printing?
themselves. It's
Uh,
the Soraya Tech
Air?
foaming air. Yeah.
Nice. I have a roll of that sitting here. I haven't
Yeah.
thrown out a printer yet.
I threw it in the dryer overnight, and I'm doing Death Racer treads, so playing
How's that
around
working?
with it. Well, so far I haven't. I don't know. I've only printed 2.
Okay.
It's gonna be a minute. But
yeah. Well, come on, you can't print TPU as fast as you want.
yeah, I think. What am I running at? 30?
There's Zura's kitty.
Yeah, I'm running at 30.
Ramona.
My kitty's on the washer right now, sleeping because he's stubborn.
I don't know where Salem is.
Yeah.
My dog is one of the big ones laying behind me here.
Nice.
Surprised he's not bugging me to come up in my lap.
Right.
He thinks he's a lap dog.
Oh.
Look at Oscar.
Oh.
He heard something rattling and thought it was the treat bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
probably.
So cute. Such a little fluff.
I heard a bell. My cat refuses to wear a bell. He takes it off of every collar.
Yeah, my cat doesn't wear a collar. He's an indoor only cat. Like we restrict opening door kind of thing.
I mean, my cats are indoor only as well, but you know, we have to have collars because that's what their feeders are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, Salem will wear a collar. The collar doesn't bother him at all. It's only the bell that bothers him. He's like, you're not supposed to see me coming.
Yeah.
Or hear me.
Yeah. Right.
You shouldn't know I'm coming. Cause he's also a Bombay, so he's solid black, and he refuses to wear a bell. So he's like, I wear a ninja outfit for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
I bought some outlets that have a little built-in like nightlight LED that points at the ground for our hallway, specifically because Felix disappears in the dark.
Black cat, yeah.
Oh right, yeah.
It's the void.
Yeah. Hey, buddy.
Glow in the dark collar.
EL wire collar.
Oh, kitty.
Salem's collar glows in the dark. It's got cats and moons on it all the way around and glow in the dark.
Oh, beautiful kitty. Get him, Oscar.
Well, he's gotten big.
Oh yeah, I remember when you first got them. They're tiny little things.
A little over a year old now.
Dang.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't had them for a year. I got them at 10 weeks.
Okay.
So I got them in August. They were born June 12th.
Huh.
Nice. Now Steve's cleaning makes me want to clean, and I just don't want to get up and clean.
I'm just not watching. I'm just not watching him, so that way I don't feel guilty.
I have a coworker.
Can you say hi? You say meow? No, I need you to say hi first. Oh, all right, fine.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to be up here.
Yeah, right.
I have a coworker. Go ahead. Sorry.
Like, no, you're fine. He's very like, you are only allowed to pet when I tell you you can pet me, and otherwise leave me alone. Like that's Salem. He's
right.
Like,
what were you saying, Steve?
Yeah.
I have a coworker who has has a friend whose kids have been wanting to get into like simplified D&D campaigns. So they've been having all kinds of fun with it, but they want desktop miniatures. So they went out and downloaded or created I don't remember what site it is. Is it Hero Forge or whatever? You can create a character and pay to download the STL. They did that.
They're great.
Now they're going to come over and watch them be printed. So I need to get to a baseline point for I think a 6-year-old.
Yeah.
Hero Forge is great. If you are only getting the STL, it's only like $8.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
That's not bad.
No.
They sent me all the files, so I need to open them up. I haven't done that yet. I just got them today. But
Like they give you an option that like they can create them and send them to you, but if you just get the STL, $8.
Yeah. And do they?
That's how
So
this is created.
he had a.
Oh, that looks good.
He created one and had them print it. And are they using a Mamaki, or do you have any idea what? It looks a lot like it.
Isn't Nerdforge Joel's daughter?
No.
Haley Marie.
Which one's
We're
Joel's
talking
daughter?
Hero Forge is what we're talking about.
Oh,
here.
okay. I heard.
Hero
Sorry.
Forge.
Oh,
Hey, Mrs. Marie.
down there, Fizz.
Okay. I thought it was. Never
This
mind.
was painted by, I don't know if you guys know Create Ruckus.
Mhm.
I mean, I know Justin knows him,
Oh.
but he painted
Who?
it for me.
Who?
No.
No, I couldn't hear you. Who? You said who?
Oh, Create Ruckus.
No, I don't know them.
He was at Remurf with us at the Print Talk After Dark booth.
Okay.
I was gonna say he's the one with the long beard, but that's also bearded. But you know,
That's a lot of people.
That's
there,
about half
actually.
the people that were there.
Right.
But Zura, you do know who Bearded is, right?
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, bearded
But
bucket.
the other one with the long beard at the Print Talk After Dark booth.
Yeah. Do you know who I am? Do you recognize me?
I do. You were one of the folks coming around to check on us, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I also helped with the giveaways on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's our giveaway master.
That's right.
Yeah, when
That's
Jim's
right.
busy.
I know. I'm trying to. So at this Remurf, because we had a booth, and also like I was actually like actively interacting with people and not just sitting at a table. I've met a lot of people that I am definitely gonna forget names of. Like I'm gonna know your face and be able to be like, I don't remember your name though.
You're not allowed.
Yeah,
to
I'm terrible at names.
Yeah.
I'm great with faces. The names, it takes like 4 or 5 times.
Real names straight with screen names.
Yeah,
Right.
I know I've talked to you in person before. Like I knew that. I knew who you were that way. But I was like, when your name, thank goodness for the little name tags, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, half the people don't fill them out anyway.
Well, and I forgot Lightburn does the thing where you can go and have them write your name on it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make that closer near the entrance and more prevalent next year.
So that way people are.
Yeah, but they're gonna have one heck of a
line.
One heck of a line for that.
Well, it doesn't have to bring a second machine. I don't know. Or do it outside. Literally, we'll hand out the lanyards as people are getting in line and just do it outside. Set up a little table for the first hour or something like that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because that Murph, Shane, Otter's Danger Den, he was like, I thought I saw you here earlier. You know, this guy looks just like you. And he's like, who are you? And I'm like, no, I'm easy to pick out. I'm the guy with the chocobo hat. He's like, no chocobo, not Zura.
So what do you think of your first Murph, Zura?
It was hot.
Besides, outside of the heat issues and the moisture issues.
I mean, the other thing about the moisture issues, though, man, like I felt like I kept going to be slipping and almost fall.
Yeah.
Lee Marie, I'm really trying to grow mine out so we all match, but it's not going well.
Right.
Just have to concentrate. Just.
Well.
Focus.
Maybe we'll have a longest beard contest at Rocky Mountain next year.
That'd be great.
I mean.
Oh wait, did you and Bearded ever face off? Wasn't it you, Bearded Critter?
Yeah. I came and saw him briefly, but we didn't really talk very much. But I feel like his beard was longer and fuller than mine, so he totally won the battle of the beards in that one.
Nice. Yeah, longest beard. Someone will walk in with a beard to his feet or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what my camera?
I'll make a floppy beard that's really long, and I'll wear that.
It has to be an actual, like, your face has to print it.
Oh, I see. My
your face has to print it.
Yeah.
Here, let's see if he does. So, Steve, this is the one that I have to remember last year at Rocky Mountain, I said my dogs would bark when they see Charlie. This is the numbnuts that would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's.
That's a good.
Looks
Looks
That's
like
good
he
idea.
makes a great lap
That's what I
dog.
should do.
Right.
That's what
Yeah,
I
this
should
is
do. I should
Bez.
Use the floppy beard.
Yeah,
That would work.
you don't know what the
Oh my-
hell's going on, do you?
Oh my goodness! All the animals.
All the animals.
yeah.
My, yep. I'd bring my cat in, but he'd be pissed off. He's
Wanna
happy
get
with.
down?
As far as I know, I haven't actually seen beard braided. So maybe we have to
I've-
convince him to do
I've
that.
had my wife braid mine once or twice. I've tried braiding my own. I've never braided hair before, so it looked terrible when I did it.
Mine, oh yeah,
But-
mine was a lot longer.
Yeah, maybe I can get it professionally, like get a French
go.
braid in there and make it look like a Viking or something.
We can have
We
someone
should-
come do that at the event too.
We
That'd be
should
pretty
all,
cool.
all harass Bearded Bucket to braid his beard. We should all.
Or you
harass
just
him.
harass Bearded Bucket. That's enough.
That's what we should.
Yeah, my beard was about
Nozzle.
like down to here, and somebody braided it. I'm like, no.
Right.
Did they braid it without asking though?
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh jeez. Were you?
Maybe
Yeah.
we just need like
There's-
small braids with beads right here on the side. I think
Yeah,
that
right,
would look
with the-
fantastic.
Just a
There was a whole
fashionable
other
braid.
story to that mess too, but
Just one fashionable. Or we could do it all through the beard, right? So you could have like different
Yeah.
little.
Or we
braids
could try
all-
dreadlocks, but with the beard. I'm sure that would be very appealing.
oh yeah, that would be
Yeah.
attractive.
I would. The only thing is, you might have to cut the beard off to get them to go away.
We
So
can
plan
go
on shaving it off afterward.
longest beard contest and then cut it. Do the shave and donate.
Oh,
like
yeah.
for the
Do,
hair
do people
dry.
accept beard hair for donations?
I don't know.
Yes,
Oh,
Lee
we've
Marie,
got a
that's
very-
what we need.
Yes, he's not going to stay
I'm with
long, but it's our really good friend Chris Perillo.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey,
Hello.
Howdy.
Chris,
hey,
He's just hopping.
Hello.
Hi.
how is everybody?
Good, you?
All right.
He's,
I was
he's not going
messaging.
to stay too long.
Yeah, I was messaging to Justin. I'm very grateful every time. I'm like, and then I get busy with one thing or another, and then tonight I'm like, okay, I'm keeping the notification on my phone, so it's like right there. And then as the day goes on, I'm like, I got up very early this morning, couldn't get back to bed, and then I've been at the computer like all day, having fun, but
Was it today that you've been doing vibe coding? I think I saw you stream vibe coding earlier.
I'm doing it every damn day.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the? Well, I've sent you a couple of links, but did you see what I did last night?
No, I haven't seen last night, but I saw a few demos of the last stream I saw you on. Yeah.
You got to see this. It's not perfect, but like here, I can send it in private
Yeah.
chat or in comments. It's up to you.
You can, or you can share screen. Yeah, it's private chat.
Oh, I can share the screen too. Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to do that, we can just do that. And everyone can see.
Yeah. Give me a second. Let me.
Yep, you're good.
Arcade. Like I'm basically doing like 7 different. Well, it's turned out that I'm getting like 7 of these things done in a week, and so, yeah, I mean they're fun. They're not like like it's simple, it's straightforward. I have an idea of what it is that I want to do, and then I vibe code it into existence. So there is
and share.
So this page was also vibe coded, like everything, top to bottom. But I've gotten, these are just the ones that are up online. I've got 5 more on the back burner. This is over the past couple of months, but like when Apple released their liquid glass thing, I thought, well, let me try this, to make a liquid glass kind of simulator of sorts. So it's got different properties. You can load like an image if you want in the background, and play around with different things like change here. Let me change the size a bit, give you a better idea of different glass properties like corner radius, refraction, chromatic aberration, thickness, displacement, strength, and let me go ahead and turn off the wobble because that's the animated edge highlight. So it's like they're like glass pieces that you can interact with, right?
Cool.
Like it's just it was fun. This was all vibe coded. It's all HTML, CSS, JavaScript.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was easy. It was very, very simple. I said, okay, this is what I want to do, and I just I'm a product manager, so I knew kind of what I was doing. But then last night, I just sent the link in chat.
Yep, I put it up.
You did? Yeah.
Yep.
So a Commodore 64 emulator, not really emulator per se. It's not perfect, but yes, like you can program, right? You can do things like that, and you can even load or save to JSON, external JSON files. So I wrote new commands like help, so I'm like, okay, for all the variables and everything. This is all done in a web browser, all using Google Gemini Pro, or you can even use Gemini 2.5 Flash. It's really easy. Like I can say 10 print hello comma makers. Let's do this. Makers space quote semicolon 20 go to 10. Let's list it. Clear screen. List it again. There you go. Now run. Now, what's killer? I mean, I did a Mad Libs app. A Mad Libs worked. In fact, I don't know if I can find that JSON. But like, that's not it. There's another one that I did. Mad Libs. Here we go. So, oops, sorry about that. Let me reshare.
You're good. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Lair. Sorry about that. The cool thing is I closed the app, but the previous session was restored. So it uses local storage for memory. Keep in mind, I'm not a developer. I know HTML, CSS, the basics, but I'm not a developer. Everything I'm doing is just vibing, right? Like kind of the word, right? Kind of going through it and like feeling it. So created a Mad Libs app, and I used to program, to use the parlance. I used to do this all the time when I was a kid, make Mad Libs on the Commodore 64. Awesome. No, what's awesome is that you could also run this app, since it's a web app, you can also run it on your phone. So you can have a working C64. It's not perfect, but like I got it. Like getting it works. Like
not bad.
Yeah. What's an adjective? Like, happy, noun, face, a verb ending in ing, singing, another, so on and so forth. And then it'll generate the Mad Lib. And I used to do that like all the time when I was a kid because it was fun. So yeah, that was done pretty quickly. And yeah, so that's the most recent one. And then I've done a couple of 3D printing ones as well. Flapiment, and then I did where is it? There we go. MakerDep Flapiment. So you can either load your own STL, or so I can load an STL here, or I can even drag and drop it onto the window. Or so there's a Baby Yoda, Flexi Baby Yoda. And hang on, sorry. There we go.
I thought I saw this somewhere. I don't.
Yeah.
This was on Hot Makes. Yep.
Yeah.
And so yeah, this is all CSS and HTML, all of it, and it was fun. It was just like, why? I mean, because I could.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then this one was a hard one. This is all no graphics whatsoever. This is all HTML, CSS. And we're actual working apps. Every one of these things is a working app, like looking like the classic iPhone, right? But just because. So yeah, this is what I've been. If I've been making anything, that's what I've been largely doing, and then other things in between. Right. But, having fun, just making. And coding and putting these apps into existence. Some fun, some functional. I did. This is all. Everybody can play with these, but I've got like local tools. I needed to get or have an easy way of basically batching an HTML app to my GitHub, and so I ended up creating repositories And so everything that you see on the arcade has got a repository on GitHub. So you can, I mean, it's HTML, so you can just copy it out or whatever. But it's I would say it's as open source as anything. It's HTML. But the nice thing about doing that is it's given me a chance to kind of experiment with what it is that I wanted to do. Like I needed to just try. I'm not being a developer and knowing enough to be dangerous. I needed to try it. So it's been a playground. It's been an absolute playground.
Meeting simulator. That my wife could use that.
What, the fake meeting?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to send that to her. Well, she works at home, but it would be hilarious to have her do that.
Yeah, well, see, you're supposed to do it like in a coffee shop if you don't want to be bothered.
Right.
You know, and it always looks like someone else is talking. So you can put your headphones on.
Yeah, I like how it pulls the live video on that too. That's cool.
Well, that's critical. Like you're in the video, right?
Yeah.
And it even makes it, in fact, sometimes no one shows up, right? They're just the avatar.
Alex looks like he's got a problem going, like a
he's got bad bandwidth. He's got bad bandwidth.
Yeah. Just reconnecting.
Yeah, and then you can even send messages over here in chat, like it's good, you know, like and they respond, you know, like
that's pretty good.
Dude, this is all okay. I'm telling you, go play in the arcade. It's like
that's hilarious.
Where's the link?
Okay, the arcade is, you got it?
Okay, I found it. Yeah.
It's just at arcade.perillo.com. I mean, and this one I started to do on my phone, like a one bit camera, right? Like just
yes.
That's what I'm running. No.
Yeah, there you go.
This is my entire weekend right here.
Oh no, this one was the pinnacle, right? People like this one. So like, you know, you're in an alien computer. Every time you hit refresh, it's a different alien interface with glyphs.
Oh,
someone wanted me to create like a screenshot thing, and it's a huge file, but there's no graphics. It's all HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Just kind of like, why not? Because I can. So
that kind of reminds me of there's like a few websites where you can just type a bunch of stuff on your keyboard and it looks like you're hacking, and like a bunch of stuff pops up. And
I've thought about doing one of those too. I may try to do a command line thing now that I've experimented with the other one. But I've also like gone into like more. Have you ever run across a ping that doesn't have? You're like looking for a transparent PNG image, and you're looking and you're looking and you're looking, and you think you find something that is transparent, but it turns out that it's not transparent.
It's just the grid that
it's
looks
the grid.
Like it's transparent.
So let me see if I've got one saved. To like, I
could use.
This I've made. Like it is uploaded, but it's not. This will be
the Star Wars crawl. Yeah.
You can make that. So drag and drop an image.
I'm going to use that for this.
Do it.
Thing.
That's what it's there for. So this basically will repingify the and you can make adjustments, but the original one had the grid, and now you can change the background color. Okay, that looks good. You can even shrink the edges so that they're better, and then drag the image out or save or download the new PNG. So you can it's a ping defaker. It's not up yet, but it will be. And then I did this one, a cyber like Minesweeper, but like a futuristic. So it's got like, okay, it's blocked out these areas, so it kind of keeps the spread from going on. There are duds on the grid, so you might hit it. Okay, I hit a dud. You got like bonuses you can earn, so I can scan like which one is it. So I can scan to see where the bomb is, and then avoid the bomb, flag it.
I feel like that's cheating, though.
It is, but like that's the idea is it gets you to play to earn the bonuses, right? Amps it up, and then it's also got a high score that's on the that's kept in the local storage. So there's a few that aren't public yet, but like on Monday is usually when I upload new ones into the thing. This one was fun. Like, hey, are you familiar with these types of displays? And this even has sound flapping. right?
Yeah.
But I made it so that you can either have a random Star Wars quote or it's an RSS, it's a feed reader. So you can keep this going on in the background and it pulls in the latest tech headlines.
Right.
Oh.
So because I can, because no one said I couldn't, right? And so, touch grass was a good one. But anyway, so I'm doing this constantly. This is what I've been up to lately. And printing,
This
too.
is how you touch grass without going outside.
I do, exactly. This is the way. If someone tells me to do it, I'm like, don't worry about it. I can do it right now. I'm touching grass. So, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. It's still flapping.
I just chat GPT'd my way through a
scroll. Chat GPT, in trying, I've tried Chat GPT. Thank you, Gretchen. Okay, thank you. Chat GPT's been okay, but in terms of like developing code, Gemini and for specifically like HTML, Gemini has done the best job at it. In my experience with developing like web apps, like in terms of design, in terms of fluidity, in terms of everything. It's simple, it's straightforward. I mean, there are times that I do run into issues, like, but it just kind of work through it. This is a local clipboard, works well on mobile, uses local storage, so you can have a multi clipboard, everywhere. I mean, it's only relevant, or it's only relative to your computer, so nothing's stored on the server. So I can hit refresh, or I can close the web page and come back to it, and the same items will still be there, which is again great for mobile when you don't have access to a clipboard, right? A virtual rain stick, a Tenorion, a Windows 95 emulator with all these working apps. I mean, so I don't know
think that emulates it very accurately. It looks like it's working too fast. You gotta slow it down a little bit for it to be a true Windows 95 experience.
This one took a while. It's a wallpaper generator that started as a wallpaper generator, and then it evolved into kind of like a planet maker. So you can export the images as well. You can download as a wallpaper, but you can control all sorts of aspects to the planet or the sun, like its intensity, its distance, the size, ambient light on the planet, or you can just generate a new system. So this is all HTML, single page. I did virtually no coding apart from kind of keeping an eye was there. But yeah, this is what's kept me busy for a while. So, and I'm having fun. Awesome. And I'm not going to stop. I don't know what my next crazy idea is going to be, but I'm trying to figure out what I can do with STLs. I can tell you that much. So
I've got a few 100 gigs worth of those sitting around.
Well, that's it's like I wanted to. This is the. You can upload or run the demo. It'll load an STL in outer space and have like lights swirl around it in real time. I don't know why, but I'm thinking I want to do something where I can put an STL in the middle of a platform or something, and then blow it up, like blow up the STL. It'd be kind of fun. I just haven't figured out how I'm going to do it yet. But, yeah, I'm learning a lot, and if I'm able to, I mean, I don't think I can keep up with the idea of generating more than I might need or want, but keeping up at a pretty good clip for both functional and fun things, then I can look back at the end of the year and say I made all this, and everybody can play with it. Just like hey, I printed this, and now I've got it. And hey, I made these things, and other people can enjoy them too, but for different reasons. So. Yep. That's what I've been doing.
That looks like a lot of fun.
It is, dude. It's not that hard. If you can do a 3D printer, you can vibe code. I'm telling you.
I may have to. When time allows.
See, that's the thing. Is like I make the time to do it, and that's what gives me the headache. I'm like, okay, I need to back away from the computer.
All right, let's see if Buddy's audio is better. We'll see.
I'll stop the screen. We'll get everybody back.
There we go. We're back. And Zura's got a printer halfway upside down. Standard.
Oh yeah. You get to see the dirty side.
Now on the opening crawl, how do you go back to run it?
You let it play through.
Uh-huh.
and then press play again. What I need to do is update that.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I can't go back to the text box.
Yeah, so you have to wait for the whole thing to go, and then it should pop up a thing that says play again or something. What I need to do is update it so that it saves to local storage, so that you can hit refresh and whatever you entered last.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Okay.
Awfully
I may end up using this
precariously
for my
perched.
intro.
Zero
It just
printer there.
Yep. Oh,
Doesn't look
we
very
lost
stable.
somebody. Eh,
Say again. Oh yeah,
Well, it looks very precariously perched.
Yeah, this is probably the first time anyone else has seen the underside of the crooked crow, even me.
Looks like a crow's nest under there.
yeah, that's why it's called it.
Daniel's last build doesn't look so bad now.
That was bad.
But yeah,
It's all
I
relative.
definitely need to go through this and update some things. And
Like the
Rob kind of
wiring.
had the power supply kind of free floating here, and I'm just like, how to mount this somewhere stable?
Not with some DIN clips. Some DIN clips or some double-sided sticky tape at the very least.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to reorganize things just a bit.
Yeah, that thing needs a little more. It just needs some DIN rail and some cable covers.
Just duct tape it on there. I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, super.
Yeah, a
glue.
little.
You'll be fine.
Hot glue, then it's removable. Yeah, it's removable. It's serviceable.
There's some hot glue on this thing.
Yeah.
There is actually some hot glue in here if you look close enough.
Yeah,
But
that's good. It's good enough. It's
Mhm.
not good. It's good enough.
Right.
It's one of those things like, this is a prototype. It's not like it's a, a final release product. So
That's like me. I'm still a prototype.
Right.
I'm definitely not fully released.
I'm
I'm
trying
still
to
waiting
figure
for my
out.
recalls.
Right. I'm trying to figure out how to make my way out to Chris's side of the world or side of the country. I'm working on it. I need to find a 4-day weekend to come out and visit everybody.
Tomorrow, I actually have a meeting with a local person. Well, a meeting with a local visitor bureau person, and then looking into getting a grant to actually produce a maker event. So
That would be
end
cool.
up giving you an excuse.
Sweet. I mean, I'll take any excuse to freaking visit you, and
Seattle,
and
Joel,
everybody
and
else.
it's going
There's
space.
so
Yeah.
I have friends in Oregon, West Indies in Oregon.
Yeah, no, it's
I could burn a week there easy.
I believe it.
Like, I don't have that unless I skip Earth. I don't have that much time. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But it'd be nice to get out there one of these years.
It'll happen.
Yeah. Yep. It definitely will. Or I'll just have to do multiple trips or something. Because if I go out there, it's going to be a day at Joel's, a day at West 3D, a day here, a day here. All of a sudden, I'm toast. But yeah, I want to get out to that area. I haven't been in 20 plus years, so.
Man.
I've been to Seattle once in my life, so. Yeah, I know. I need more time off. That's half the problem.
Yeah, no, I hear you there.
I don't have the time off I have my event that takes 5-6 days of time, and then I've got Earth, which takes 5-6 days. And unless I work like every Saturday, I don't have any other time. I'd make for some long weeks. How's Jedi?
She's good. Just had her last day of school yesterday. My daughter.
Nice. Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, she's doing well. Hanging in there.
Yeah, she's what, 13 now?
You made me think. No, 10. I'm like 13.
Okay. No, I thought she was a little older than that, but that's okay.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
She keeps me busy, but she's usually with her mom, so
right,
which is makes things even easier.
Right. Yeah. Ugh. My core box panels finally shipped from Blue Roll, so I can actually get the damn core box done on the core one. I've been waiting for a month on that.
What's that?
So I don't want to. The core box, the
what is
big
that?
old. Let me pull it up. It's done by Voxel. That's at Voxel 3D.
Oh, I think I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The MMU box.
Yeah, this one. I ordered the premium kit back, I don't know, April, and then they did some updates. I'm like, well, just send me the update. Well, the updates just hit the warehouse today, and so I didn't want to build it, but until.
How much filament did it take? Print it?
2 kilograms. Not bad. It's all PETG because I'm not going to heat it.
I can't click on your shared screen.
Oh, here. Yeah, I know. Oh, hold on. Here, I'll drop the link here.
I was trying to click because it was showing up full screen on my computer, so it looked.
Gotcha.
So
I'll drop the link in chat here. Yeah, I mean, it's still got some minor issues. It's a lot like the box turtle. Got a respooler inside and everything. I think they've changed the respoolers.
Does it need a longer cable for the?
Yeah, in the kit they offer it, and then I got the Prusa Core One. Like, I also ordered the $40 like Core One lid kit just in case. So I've got 2 options. I like the core box idea because it keeps it compact. We'll see if it works.
Thank you for reminding me.
What I remind you of?
Well, I've been wanting to pick up some finer nozzles.
Ooh.
Like 2. Well, I did a commission.
Nice.
It was a very nice commission. I'm like, oh, maybe I should be taking commissions more often.
Yeah. As long as they're right for you,
It was definitely right. I was like, okay, this will do.
That's cool.
It's but I wanted the problem was it's something that I needed to print.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't fine enough for the 0.4. It just wasn't even close to being fine enough. I'm like
thinking 0.25.
Well, yeah, I just as small as I can get it on the on the A1 Mini.
The biggest issue with going smaller is cooling. Fine detail, the smaller you go, you gotta slow it down. What's funny because the bigger you go with nozzles, the slower you gotta print.
It's just funny.
Yeah, I was telling everyone earlier, I ordered a 2.4 millimeter nozzle from Slice for 1.75 filament. I'm excited to see that. It's like printing with a fire. It's like painting with a fire hose.
Well, I've been thinking about getting the 3D effect plates.
Those are cool.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they work like differently than.
They put a different imprint on the bottom.
Yeah,
we have one,
which is great. But here's my question: is it
like
does it take different cooling? Right? Like,
no, it's the same. The biggest issue I had was,
is it flexi though?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just I got it on Amazon or something. This was AliExpress, and then PLA adhered to it, of course, because it's a little sticky. It's just a textured sticker, but it's really freaking cool.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get them cheap, try one. People have been doing those with their maker chips, and they're kind of cool.
They look really good on the maker chips.
Mm-hmm. They give you a bunch of different designs. I've got a carbon fiber one that I like. This is my favorite because you can't really see the carbon fiber super well.
Yeah, it's not the carbon. I've seen them, but not that.
That's
one.
Nice. It's just a PEI, a PEI sticker basically at that point.
I feel like those textured sticks are really good.
With those.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like I just feel like anything you print, if you want to one up it to make it look extra nice, those 3D effect sheets make it just really.
Or go buy the custom Ember prototype sheets.
Oh yeah, yeah, those are pretty nice too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're
So-
really cool.
Do you know if they make a 0.2 millimeter hardened nozzle? At least for the well, I'm looking for the A1 Mini.
Find
Hold
out.
on. Let me see if this one's hardened steel. I'm not sure on that.
Point
I say I
two
know of the
hardened.
stainless. I know
Yep,
stainless steel.
that's the
hardened.
Yep, no, that's point. Oh, there. Nope, stainless steel, but not a hardened.
Yeah.
Not the.
Yeah.
Let me check one more place.
Yeah.
Here. My Google.
This
foo.
one's that I have is stainless steel.
It's stainless. Okay.
It's a 0.2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0.2 stainless.
They
Hold
don't
on,
go
I just
hardened, I
found-
don't think.
It can't have that much
Uh,
wear and tear, but
No, what are you running? Just PLA?
PLA.
Then you won't need. You don't. You can run stainless. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not.
Only really hardened is for filled filaments.
Well, because there's times that I'm like printing something with like text on it, and it clear like it just there's not enough resolution, right?
Gotcha.
I wouldn't use it like all the time for standard
Right.
everything.
No, that makes prints so slow anyway.
Yeah, the 0.2 is really for that, so it wouldn't really wear out that quickly anyway.
Right.
Well, I don't mind running slow prints because of MakerDeck. I like having something going for a while. So it's like, okay, that's actually a bonus for me. Usually, unless it's running slow. I'll slow it down to like 50%. I'm the moron.
I bought this one for the Maker Coins for Print Talk After Dark. I actually didn't even end up opening the box because what I ended up doing was fiddling with the ironing settings to get it clear.
Yeah, I don't use 2 millimeters very much, but I figure anything that would wear away a nozzle a lot, like carbon fiber or anything, is not going to be able to fit through a 2 millimeter nozzle very easily anyway. So I don't find a need for any hardened nozzles at that level.
Yeah.
In fact, I have a 0.2 millimeter for my A1 and I never used it. I unboxed it and put it in a drawer, but it's still there.
Wow.
But I got it just in case.
You can do a lot for resolution with the ironing settings too. Like you can.
Yeah, I couldn't do it for the text that I needed. It wasn't fine enough.
Yeah.
See if I don't know if I have a picture I can show. I mean, it just wasn't fine enough. It just was it was garbage.
Wouldn't work. Yeah.
Which it's par for the course at that size. But,
You should see what kind of resolution you get with a 2.4 millimeter nozzle.
well, that's what I'm saying. 2.4.
2.4. You just do. We were joking earlier where you can just do like pancake blobs.
Oh, it's like, huh? Yeah, I don't know.
So even with retraction turned off, it still didn't. Then again, this isn't something that's got to be really detailed. It just has to grab.
Just put it on your desk and try to scoot it across. Does it work? You're all good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hammer, have you dried
I'm doing one now at 2. What's that?
Have you dried it yet? The filament?
Yeah, I dried it last night. I threw it in for 12 hours.
At what temperature?
What does this thing go to? 40, I think, is the highest. I've got the Sunlu or the Soval. Let's see. Uh, 50. I did it at 50C for 12 hours.
Okay.
After hearing about how humid it is, I'd be like, just throw it in there at 60 or depending on the filament, obviously.
Yeah.
But throw it in there for 24 hours, maybe a week.
A week. I've got the fixed.
I don't know.
Put it in there.
I've got the
print from the
yeah.
box.
I got the
Yeah.
fixed dry dual dryers or 3 kilogram, whatever, and those you can just turn on. Like you set them to 48 hours in 1 minute, and they just stay on, which is nice if you need to dry a fresh roll for a day or two, or you're doing a lot of printing, and then you don't have to worry about going back and reactivating it. The only downside is if you forget, it stays on. Like mine are on. Like, I just have to.
I don't know how accurate the hydrometer is in the AMS, but it's climbing. Since I took it out, it's climbing.
Tell you what. Speaking of
in the dryer.
Speaking of AMS, I had to. Well, my first AMS, I ended up selling probably for a song, but like it was on its way out. I got the AMS 2 Pro. They buried the lead on that thing like you would not believe, because it saves so much filament, so much. There's so little weight. I thought it was broken. I'm like, dude, I should have way more waste than this. When I looked at it, I'm like, something's not right. I'm like, no. Then I looked. I'm like, oh, it's more efficient, and they really mean it.
It's faster too. Like my regular AMS sounds sickly next to the AMS 2 Pro.
Yeah,
it's just faster, stronger.
You know, the other thing I learned, a trick about minimizing waste, is purging it into another model that may have like a similar height, but instead of having it poop out, but actually purging it into a separate model. Someone from a meetup told me about that. I'm like, that's interesting. So that's hey Akuma. That's something I'm going to try next time I need to do a multicolor, which I haven't done in a bit.
How's it going, Matt? How are you?
I hear he finally has a job. I'm very happy for him.
Yes.
All good. Not having a job is a bad thing. It's just financially, it's not a good thing.
Yeah, it's stressful financially, but the free time that you have is pretty nice.
That's the goal, isn't it? Before we all turn 80.
Yeah, have some free time before you die.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to take a 15-minute break to go to my funeral, probably. So.
Right. Yeah, I know. They want you back. Oh, you passed away. Well, you got to come back to work tomorrow.
Hey, Clownhammer, I don't know if you've seen it, but I put the user guide for that, a link in the private chat.
Oh, thanks.
It says it should be dried at like 70 to 80.
Oh, I need to get another dryer. Or dry it longer. Yeah, this thing's still going up. It's at 28% right now. Bless you, Justin. Yeah, it's at 28%. I think it said 18% is what it wanted, wasn't it?
The humidity. I mean, with TPU, I always dry it longer than normal because the center of that roll tends to keep a bunch of moisture.
Yeah, I've dried TPU for the recommended amount of time, and then I would try printing it, and it's still a little stringy for me, so I put it in for more time.
Anything I do for filament, if it comes out of the bag, it's in the dryer for a day.
Yeah,
that's the rule of thumb.
What I've actually done with PETG, like the PETG I get from Bamboo, is sometimes pretty wet when I open it. But I can keep PETG out in the open here because it's dry enough here. It'll still print fine. So what I'll do is, like, well in advance, I don't even put it in a dryer. I'll just open the bags, put them on the shelf, and just let them dry out naturally. And then, like, after a week, I'll be like, oh, I'm sure they're good. I'll just put them on and they'll print fine.
Yeah, I keep my apartment at like 50% humidity, so I got to dry all the time.
This also recommends a 100% cooling fan.
Oh yeah, I did that. Yeah, I did follow. Yeah, I did follow the guide. I got 100% cooling fan with turned retraction off. I'm running my bed at about 45. Yeah, I'm 45 on a PEI sheet, and it does stick really good.
You need a separating layer. It's TPU.
Mm-hmm.
So you want some sort of coating on there
to pop it. I've got nano on it.
Yeah, glue or something. Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does come. It comes off after let it cool for a bit, and I am running it at 30 millimeters a second. So, but yeah, my dryer only goes as high as 50, so I'll just have to do it for longer.
Yeah, try longer.
Yeah, and then it's printing. It's not printing. The detail, I know this camera sucks, but it's printing it okay. It's not doing bad. It's just that tread. The retraction with the ooze. So, but
yeah, can I imagine that after a couple of weeks, imagine you do tend to get a little stir crazy. I'm having to imagine, though.
Yeah, Steve, this is the one time I actually did follow instructions.
As best as you could, at least with what you had.
I have a roll of that, so I was just taking the opportunity to look at the instructions myself. So.
Yeah. Dave with 3D&T, I think he ordered a roll too. So, it's fun to play with.
Oh yeah.
Whatever instructions.
I'm trying it at. Yeah. I'm doing it at 240 now to see how if it'll come out at 85 ish. Because it's flexible. It's real. I mean, it's doing what it says it'll do. So
I really want to try it for some of these 3D sets, RC car tires.
Oh right. Yeah, actually, I was thinking for my dragster, I'm going to build a dragster for Rocky Mountain next year. So.
Well, that's if we have anywhere to run the dragsters next year.
Well, Scott's idea was down the middle of the venue.
No. Realistically, if we had to, we could run them out near the entrance towards Blue Arena. But
along the
problem is, anywhere we do it where vehicles can regularly access, we have to bring in metal barriers to separate.
Oh.
So because they're going to be doing a ton of construction starting in October out on the side where the ramp is
at the dirt where the sidewalk ended. Closer, like where the rest of that circle is. They're gonna grade that out 2% from that point all as far out as you can. Oh wow.
Yeah. So that's that's stage like 1 of the new stuff that they're doing. So we're going to lose our racetrack for a little while, at least a year. So we're working on it. We'll have a solution. I just have to. We might end up doing it on one of the slightly curved ones, or in the back. We'll just have to do it like towards or away from the gates.
You know where you had the park truck?
The what?
Where you had the truck parked, your parts truck.
Yeah.
That little run down there, because that's where I was practicing, was going that way.
The problem is that's on the other side. We'd have to do it on the other side of the gates. If we do it where vehicles are easily accessible, it becomes an insurance issue.
That's where the metal barrier has to come in. Okay.
If vehicles can regularly access them without like a gate, then we. So we'll work out some solutions. For next year, but we'll see.
Yeah, even doing it in the parking, the parking lot where the load-in wouldn't work because you'd still have to do it there.
We looked at that. We looked at that the first year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I mean, people can go out and drive them, but it's once you have an amassing of people, and your camera went potato.
Right.
Potato cam.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's with this thing.
Well, one of your other 17 webcams.
Well, all I got to do is pull one off one of these freaking 9 printers I got.
So I'm the only loser. I only have 2 printers. Well, I guess I have 3. One's still in the box.
What's in the box?
A backup A1 Mini.
Nice. A backup. I don't have any backup printers that aren't able to be pulled out of the thing and operate.
If that backup printer's in your way, I'll give you an address.
I was waiting for that.
No, not in the way. Definitely not in the way. Oh, he's good.
We'll just drive it over to Joel's place. He'll make good use of it, and his like 80 freaking Pruses.
I just want to be really helpful, so if it's in the
way. Just finding solutions to your problem. I mean, there's an easy way we can deal with that problem.
Very, very easy. Mm-hmm. Super simple.
Right. That was great.
Yeah, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7.
When you have
Plus
to
the
count your printers.
Yeah, plus the Voron on the floor.
How many and Steve's answer to how many printers is yes.
And, yeah. And plus, I'm building my Voron, so I've got it on. It's on the floor next to me.
Why are you running an Afterburner?
Because I printed it by accident. I just started throwing files, and I'm like, well, I got it printed. I might as well just put it together so I feel like I've done something.
Do yourself a favor and go stealth burner at the.
I'm going to with the Galileo. I'm going to put a
on
Galileo
this when
too
I
on it.
first built it. It was an Afterburner, and
Yeah, no, I'm going to do a stealth burner with the Galileo.
Fine.
This might go
ABS,
XOL.
it's fine.
Yeah, this will probably go XOL, but we'll see. I've got everything. I just have to do it.
Yeah, I mean, if you saw my desk, what little I have enough room for my keyboard and my mouse.
Yep.
And everything. Right. There's all these Voron parts and you name it all over my desk.
Mine's better than it's ever
Hot Wheels.
been, but I also haven't been in this office much lately. So
we got Hot Wheels all over the place too. So you know,
you just need a little 3D printed track that you can like launch them and they come back.
I 3D printed a finish line that runs off an Arduino. I have a 20-foot track in my basement.
Nice.
So the car club in the winter, like, what are we gonna do? I'm like, well, we could do Hot Wheels races, and everybody's like, yeah. And then they didn't show up.
Nice. Yeah, well, maybe my wife will come out to your area this weekend.
Right.
We'll come drive out.
Yeah.
That's
you
cool.
name it.
Did you say they were all excited and then they didn't show up?
They showed up once. They had a good time. Then the second race I set up, everybody's like, oh, I don't know. You know, it's like, all right, fine. I'm not doing it anymore. So I've done it at car shows where I've got a portable 8-lane track that I extend, and then I 3D print the trophies for the kids. And it's funny because the kids are like, oh, I don't have a car. I'm like, oh, you get the car too. And they're like, what? I'm like, reach into the box and pull out a car. You get one shot. Don't, you know.
If only we could 3D print the cars, we could have a Hot Wheels race at the event.
Right.
I know IRF does their slot car racing.
Surely
that'd be cool. They do
figure out how to 3D print the cars.
There's some bodies out there, but you still need to buy the.
We'll just call Laser Sterling. He's got that solved.
Oh, you know. Yeah, there's. Yeah, there's a few bodies out there I've found, but I guess you'd have to have a sacrificial car, but you'd have to find one that has, because the wheelbases are so different on them.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's how everybody knows me here as the Hot Wheels guy.
Right.
Kind of like I'm the Star Wars guy.
Right.
No, there's nothing in your office that links you to it.
Not at all.
Nothing.
Not even the new Star Wars pigs. Yeah,
oh, that's funny.
I find all sorts of good Star Wars stuff. There's the pigs. What else?
Pig Trooper.
This is a play action. This is actually printed too.
Oops.
Well, was.
Oh,
you have to reprint that.
Yeah, these are Play Action Toys released these. They're great.
Oh,
They're
cool.
Photography. Yeah. They're perfect. No, it's the center stage thing, yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's this
It's only if you don't have 3D gloop or something sitting around.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah. I still don't have any gloop.
Really? Do you want some PLA gloop? I got a whole jar I'm never going to use.
I need all I do is PLA. All I do is PLA. There's nothing in PLA that
I bought this to use for a project for Rocky Mountain for someone else. I'm never going to freaking use it. Send me your address.
Okay.
Your preferred mailing. I'll drop this in the mail.
It doesn't matter. I'll put it in private chat. It's public address, but it's not where I live. But
no, okay. Let me make a note.
It's safe.
And I'll throw this in the mail tomorrow when I'm at work. And
hopefully the gloop is going to be more available because I think they're upscaling their operation.
Yeah, they just got a new warehouse.
Oh. Yeah, they were
I'll
running
send-
out every time I went to get it. They were.
Chris, I'll send you.
Yeah,
some
it was really hard to get
Rocky
it.
Mountain swag too.
Oh yeah.
That's. Yeah, I swiped it. Well, I was trying to fix Lisa's Death Racer, so I got some ASA, ABS, and I got PLA. Now I lost.
I hate to do it, but I probably have to say goodbye because I have to start Pizza Hut at 10. So
no, just have them all come here.
I would, but they get real confused if I'm not on my channel.
Well, then multi-stream. I don't know.
I'm gonna head out too.
All right, Clowny.
Been fun.
I may be popping soon too, as soon as my girlfriend returns.
Look what you started. No,
you.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna send you stickers, chips. Who knows what?
You know, the funny thing is, I'm bad when it comes to getting out of the house. I don't have a single chip.
Really? Well, you will. You'll have 10 now. You can give these out to people.
Of course. Actually, I will be.
Badge.
In September, I'm taking part in a local artist thing where people visit different studios, and so I'm going to be. It's all about 3D prints, and so yeah, I'll be handing everything out that I can possibly hand out. So
awesome. Well, I'll send you a little swag box then, because
I'm going to head out. You guys have a good night.
Take care.
No, this is for you.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, this will be for you. I don't have that many stickers, but I can send you a pile of chips and stuff.
That's fine. Like I said, they'll be used.
Yeah.
All right,
get a discount on shipping from work. All right, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Later.
All right, 20 chips. That should do. I can always print more. I wonder how. What else do I have? I don't even have any of my chips. I don't even know where the hell they are.
I eat chips.
Yeah, chips are yummy. Oof. I'll send you some Stargate stickies now. Those I don't have many of.
All good.
David Hewlett would be pretty proud of me if I did that. I bought them from his shop, so. Would you have any use for? Let me see if I can find it. We have a use for it because I'm never going to use them. I was given some of these Libre pie things.
What?
It's a hold on. I was given to these last year at Rocky Mountain.
Oh, they're kids?
Libre, no, they're just a Libre board with a gig. Do you have any use for that?
A pie
Probably
alternative.
Not. I don't.
Isn't it?
Okay. Yeah, it's a pie alternative. If you did, I'd drop one in because
Yeah.
they're just collecting dust in a little hole. I'll send you a few things. Yeah, I'm never going to use this gloop. It's just going to sit and go to waste. I'm like, might as well send it to someone who will use it. Can always order more. Yeah, that should work for now. Should have a box right here. That might be big, too big. 8. Yeah, I'll just have to get a box at work. Sure, I've got one. Gotta love the we've ran out of things or everyone's working on stuff spot.
What? You want to see what I'm working on?
Always, yeah. If it's always. What do you got?
before my girlfriend comes home. I'm still nursing. I'm hoping that working on the computer more will keep my headache. No, it's not going to do shit.
No.
Vibe coding. Creating another, like, instead of planets, it's like galaxies. Yeah. I'm still not happy with the background stars, but the idea is again, people could use it for the wallpapers, right? So they need unique wallpapers for their phone or their desktop or whatever, and it's just this, random assortment, a colorful star field thing. There we go. So then I'm basically telling it, I still cannot see the background stars, and the nebula seem to be only around the galaxy, which means we could have more color stars.
Don't scratch your floor, Zura.
Meh, it's fine. It's a basement floor. It's, I need to refinish it.
Well, now you got a reason.
No, I've had reason for before that.
And this is what you do. You basically tell it, and you sit back. You act like a product manager. You got to think. You can't think like an engineer. You start thinking like an engineer, you're going to fail.
Okay.
But if you think like, well, what's the product you want, or what are you feeling?
I wouldn't be very good at this then.
Oh. See, I know what I'm trying to get to, and just having a problem getting there. But I feel like I'll be able to make it most of the way, and it'd be just fine. Some of the things that I've done have just been accidents. Like, oh, maybe I should do this instead.
Oh, look, you're Bob Ross.
Yeah, it's happy little HTML. Now with JavaScript, I can't begin. Like, I just would not know heads or tails. But like the raw HTML or the CSS, that's easy. So, Google doesn't give you the ability to export an HTML file, but I made a instant HTML like an app. So I basically just go in there and then copy and download an HTML file, which is great on mobile, like where you can't easily get an HTML file with code. Right. So I copy it to the clipboard, copy the contents, go over here, and then paste.
Dang.
And then download the HTML file.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some of the tools that I've done, they're not all, oh shit, that's really freaking bright.
Someone pressed the wrong lever.
Yeah. It's like,
wow.
Okay. Cause I was asking it to do like the background intensity. The background intensity is too. What are you doing? So I'm like,
wrong
so I ask it, what are you doing with the background intensity?
Start to get personal with it. Like, do I need to question your employment here?
Yeah, it's funny.
Do we need to revisit your role here at the company?
I will be the first to be destroyed in the robot uprising.
Chris is going to be responsible for the AI uprising and Skynet actually lashing back out for his mistreatment of AI.
I'm going to prompt it.
Do it.
You forgot to.
I'm actually gonna dip. I'm falling asleep over here.
All right. You have a good night, Sarah.
You know, I wonder if we need to have, because we have some programmer and project managers where I work where sometimes they just don't know how to put a task in for us. Like when we're like looking at the tasks that they're assigning, we're like, well, what do you want here? And we ask a bunch of questions and they're like, I don't know. So I feel like I wonder if this would be a good exercise for them
Yes, it
to just
Narrow
have
it
them
down.
create random apps using Gemini and see how they should be asking questions
Right.
and to get what they want. And maybe that would be a good exercise for when they're coming up with actual tasks for us.
Yep. They can
I
be
like
very
the what are
specific.
you doing in caps lock.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, look, it even read it. Look, you're absolutely right. My apologies. The background intensity slider was behaving more like a blind your users button.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just wanted the stars in the background. I'm like, the stars in the background need to be brighter. I can't see what's going on.
Well, it's good it doesn't get offended. Maybe that would be bad because then they'll talk to the engineers like that. And we'll be like, well, do you want us to do your work or not?
Oh, trust me, I've done so much to offend these things. Like, what were you thinking? What the? I've
What
been
the
very.
swear word? What the insert shows in
Well,
swear word here?
When I start dropping expletives, that's when I'm frustrated. That's when I'm like, okay, dude.
Insert vulgarity here.
All right, now I have to add.
Yeah, because it's very frequent that we'll be going through our task and be like, well, what do you want here? I don't know what you're asking. You seem confused about the task.
Clarity is key.
At the bottom of my screen, you have what's going across.
And here we go again. So this is where I'm like, dude. So I get what it's trying to do with the nebula. It's still too bright. Everything is still just too bright. I'll get it. It'll happen. I'm not too worried about it. At the lowest level, it's still too bright. Like if there's and it's off or on, and then so let me take a screenshot.
Yeah.
This is at the lowest brightness intensity.
You moron.
That's
pretty smart.
Beyond high, or where it should top out. I can't see anything.
I'm blind.
The nebula should be. Another thing you can do, like when you're looking for clarity, they can even take it through. What I'll do, let me send this off. What I'll do is go over to ChatGPT. There's a prompt maker, and so from a single prompt, what I can do is like flesh it out a little better. It's like if I want to ask a question, like what would be a good one? Well, that's how the C64 one of the ways the C64 came to be. So if you were to prompt to have an AI agent build a complete basic programming tool in a single page app with a retro field, blah, 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 blah. So I tell it what I want, right? Like and so I'll ask like, make a better prompt for building a wallpaper generation app in HTML single page app. With no external graphics, performance minded, and all about making it very colorful. I don't know. So then it helps structure, this one specifically helps structure the prompt. So it was written, this one for Prompt Maker has been written specifically for taking a prompt and making it what it might need to be, right? So then I can copy that over to, let's say, a Gemini, or if you let me turn on Canvas, I hate having to do that, or even over to Claude. And I have a feeling I'm going to be upgrading to a Claude Pro account. Are there any Samsung users here?
Yep.
Phone users?
Yep.
No, I'm a Pixel guy myself.
Yeah, I love the Pixel as well. Pixel, you can get a year of Pro, or you could get a year of Pro if you haven't activated that for Gemini. But with a Gemini or with a Samsung device, go to the Samsung App Store and download Perplexity. You'll get a free year of a Pro account for Perplexity, and Perplexity is amazing. Like I'm using, when I need to research something, I'm not going to Google anymore. I'm going to Perplexity.
Really?
And you can even set tasks in Perplexity now too.
Really?
So the nice thing about
Wow.
that is like, so you know, finance, travel, shopping, academic. You know, I needed to like, okay, what are the different types of galaxies? It's just easier, no crap, straightforward, exactly what I need. But the cool thing, if we go to Pro tasks, I can set tasks. So like list the most anticipated new movies and TV shows released this month across major streaming platforms every month at this time. And then it sends me an email and a notification. Or what are the trending discussions on X about this, that, and the other thing. So like I can set tasks. I can set just basic agents, and that's Perplexity Pro. And so if you have a Samsung account and or a Samsung phone, and you download the Perplexity app on your Samsung device and log in, you get a year's worth. That's like $200 worth Perplexity Pro, and then start fiddling around.
Yeah, it shows Pro right off the bat.
Yep. It doesn't generate. You're welcome. I
didn't know about.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's good when Chris Pirillo shows up, because Chris Pirillo can actually save you money.
Yes.
So
new stream idea.
You made money tonight. You know, you made money. So Perplexity is not great at coding, unfortunately, or making images. I honestly, I feel like Meta
Perplexity Assistant.
Meta is probably the best way to like Darth Vader 3D fighting a.
Now, will Perplexity build into Google Calendar and all that?
I don't know if there are hooks with Perplexity. Can you connect to my Gmail? I don't know if there's an agent yet. Yeah, they can't do it. That would require an agent. So yeah, unless there's a way to like an add-on, it doesn't have that connectivity yet. It might very well do that.
Because I linked my Google
here,
as a login,
so you can connect to all these externals right now. I don't know if Google's going to enable it, because Google's all about Gemini.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, sorry, I was looking at the pros there.
No, you're good. I'm just looking through it.
But yeah,
I've got that. I've got Claude.
Like there's Vader, right? I feel like Meta does a decent job with the images. They don't do great, but like I can like ideate something pretty quick, and it'll make it. It's not perfect. ChatGPT, I think, has done the best job. But like here's Darth Vader tinkering with a 3D printer, right? You know, like,
the AI 3D printer, I love it.
Yeah, it's just a machine. You know, it doesn't have to be exact, right? But it's fun. I'll save that one. It's good enough. Don't know what I'll use it for, but that's free. That's Meta. That's Meta AI.
Right.
Meta.ai.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm all about these.
There's so many.
No, trust me, every freaking day, a new one is released. Hang on. It's not done with this app. All freaking Claude apps look the freaking same. What's interesting about Claude today, they just announced artifacts.
Okay.
So you can go over to Claude.ai.
Yeah, I'm in it. I have that and all the others.
Yeah, and then you can generate all this stuff, which is great if you want to host it somewhere else. Like it's neat, and it'll give me good ideas of what I can vibe code. But ultimately, I'm going to throw everything onto my own arcade. I don't want it hosted there. But it's cool how they're doing this. I really appreciate it, because it'll tie into potentially their own APIs. And if it's hosted there, you don't have to worry about like using your key. You'd be using the other person's key when generating if you're using an API key.
Right.
This is garbage, but this is how the Planet wallpaper app started, by the way. Right. Generating garbage. The Planet evolved out of that. Like it's just like, you know what, this just looks cheap and chintzy, and I don't know if I like it. Let me get some ideas. That one's gonna actually. Let me try that and see how this abstract noise works. So again, it's just kind of being creative, like having fun and like thinking, what do I? Renoir cells. Oh, okay. This is Google's idea of the same prompt that I took from ChatGPT. I like that. The Voronoi cells, triangulation. Let's see here. Generate. I don't like the layout for the tablet. But I like that. This has got promise. This one I feel has got promise. It's not perfect, but gradient noise is not really doing jack squat. Flow field. That's interesting. Complexity. Let's
how Steve's looking around trying to find a place to put something. Over there. We can't if Steve is talking, it is muted, which is fine. He's cleaning.
Dynamic gradients, plasma waves.
I put myself on mute when my wife stopped by. Forgot to put it back. I got a few steppers.
Hold on. Go back. I've got about half that sitting around.
Oh, this is half of them.
Oh, Jesus. So what are we building?
Everything, Steve. Everything is the answer.
I need like this extremely fancy robotic arm to make or something.
Dude, yeah.
Something to use up.
Fully 3D printed, like use a ton of motors and have it just tons of articulation, and that'd be cool.
I bought a lab oven, and
I need something like that.
Yeah. I need a spot for it. I know I'm going to put it on this shelf that's over here. So I needed to clear space, put it in place, and then I can figure out where everything fits in around it. I'm hoping. I mean, I'm going to leave plenty of clearance around it, but I hope it doesn't need an extreme amount of clearance around it.
Could use a robot arm you use those to make a robot arm for the heat set inserts. Have it find the hole with a camera and press it in and do it all on its own. I see kitty ears. Oscar.
Okay.
He's irritated that I put the steppers on his chair. It's not my chair. It's his chair.
Yeah, I know. My cat, if I'm not sitting in this chair, my cat's in the room, it's my cat's chair.
Oh, when I was sitting in it the other day, he just sat there and meowed at me until I got up.
Yep. And this is an expensive chair, and my cat's like, oh yeah, let me go sit in that.
Well, all the better. Ow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Did you get a different chair, Chris? It looks different from
Yep.
the last one.
I got rid of the old one, got a new one, Star Wars.
Nice.
The old one was like 30 years old.
Holy crap.
I couldn't even give it away. I had to donate it.
Well, hopefully someone gets some use out of that.
Yeah, I'm hoping.
I always remember when your streams, you're not at your desk in the stream. It's always the chair.
Still is. I've got the the Twitch thing going, although I'm usually muted.
Yeah.
And then I do at this point I've been doing the vibe coding stuff, but I've been wanting it's just been me. But I've talked to a couple other people who do the vibe coding thing, and like, why don't we all just jump on and vibe code together? It's not really that hard to do, and then we're all doing different things, bouncing off each other, and it becomes a
big project.
Show. Yeah.
That's that vibe coding. I may start.
Dude, it's like just the craziest freaking idea, like that you might have.
Well, I might be able to use it for Rocky Mountain too, like
easily
stuff and things like that. So I'm gonna have to, because I've been wanting to rebuild our website for.
Oh, then do it on this.
Yeah,
like easily. Like, hang on. There are better tools to do this with, but it's just as easy to do it this way. Crap, where are you?
Over there.
How do I not see you? Oh, there. Hang on. I can't type. Okay, so Gretchen, I'm coming. So we can. What we can do is go to AI Studio.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. To play with it.
Research and dive into the website content architecture, etc.
At least there's
and
that's a fun word, yeah.
Not in design, but in functionality. And so this is over on AI Studio.
Yeah, I have it loaded, so I'm gonna have to load that into
to allow the model viewer, turn on URL context under tools.
the token count. What's that?
That's if you're breaking in. That's my token limit.
Okay, how much of their bandwidth?
How much, every, I don't know when that resets. I think it may be day.
Okay.
They've been pretty
Use it
liberal.
all up on me.
It's okay. It's not going to get used anyway. Of course. Here's this.
Holy crap. Yeah. All right, I may.
So not the specific, we'll clone the functionality, not the specific WordPress Elementor implementation.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do it that way.
The biggest issue for me is being able to update things on the fly and not having to rebuild a whole page.
So wait,
inserting logos.
Are you not using WordPress? What are you using for this?
We're using WordPress with Divi. It's been 3 years. I think it's time for a refresh.
Okay. Could you do this to happen on WordPress?
/ Divi Builder or something.
/ what?
Divi Builder, DIVI.
Divi Builder. One word?
Yeah, it should figure it out, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
No, you're good.
The client's main concern is being able to easily update things.
There you go.
That isn't happening with the current implementation on that stack.
It is, but that's something I want to keep.
Yeah. That's critical. You got to tell it.
Yes.
Like, you see how I did it? Like, okay, well, that was fine, but the client's actually saying this.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to be messing with that this weekend for sure.
Now, there's so many tools that you can do. You could go to Replit, V0, Data Button. For WordPress, I haven't heard a lot about it. I just got access to, there's Emergent Labs HQ, which is more of a vibe coding platform. But yeah, so of course, very common practical requests.
Yeah.
Abstracting content from design, that's critical. They'll use advanced custom fields plugin, which is common. You may be aware of it. Install WordPress, install Divi theme, install key plugins. And then there you go. Create the custom. In the WordPress admin, we'll create the buckets. So they may even be able to give you the PHP to run or what to insert for the table. Client simple workflow, the payoff. Once the above's built, to add a new sponsor, to update the schedule, to change the main event date. So the idea is you can tell it, these are the problems that I'm having. This is what I really want to make easy. Oh, that's great. But I also want to make it easy to do X, Y, and Z. And then when you've got the plan, like, okay, go make it.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't wait.
Yeah.
It's, it'd take a day, a weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, we've got time. We don't have any. I need
I got
the
you.
site down.
Yeah.
Because
but I'm saying that this would be the way to do it. It eliminates a lot of that mental lift of like, how the F am I going to do it? And then you just don't start. Right. I'm like, okay, well, this is,
That's awesome. I will probably end up using that. My biggest issue right now is, I have trouble. I want to put info everywhere, but I need to figure out how to put info in the right places.
Okay. So then with this, you tell it, you want to make sure this is the critical info. I don't know where to put it. It's got to go in the right places. Design a landing page that's going to convert.
Yeah.
So I could do this. This is not exact. I don't. Give me a second.
No, you're good. And you're.
So you still have to kind of know how an application is structured, so you know where to place things, right?
Right.
To a certain degree. So I don't know if Gemini will crawl the web, but like, research Rocky Mountain and build me a better landing page for it with all the critical information where it should be to be able to give visitors what they expect, industry best practices.
You know how many event pages I go to that don't actually say where and when the event is?
Yeah, that's on the first page of ours. Where, when. I actually got an angry email the first year. Where's the event? What time is it? Like the times. I get that. What's the address?
Here we go. So it's looking at the site, crafted a landing page structure, I didn't tell it to use SEO, like, so I can say next time around, I say add SEO, meta tags, you know, social,
standards,
meta, etc. And it's just going to build a landing page. And if nothing else, you could use this as a template to give to the other thing. Make it look like this.
Yeah.
Or don't
make it back and forth and play games and work them with each other. I like with that though, you can hit preview and actually look at.
Oh yeah, you can see it like in line. It's been critical for me. Like when I'm doing anything like this, I'm like, what does it look like? And so that's why I love what Google's doing.
Okay,
I'm gonna save this for tomorrow. I think.
Thinking mode. What the hell's thinking mode?
It's where you can see what it's thinking.
And thinking budget. You can't think too much.
Well, sometimes it overthinks it.
What are you unboxing?
Told you, lab oven.
Okay, here. Cool. You ready?
Yeah, hold on.
I mean, it's a generic landing page, but like
it's
about schedule sponsors. Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. There's the date, location, very clear. What is it? Why you can't miss it? Event schedule and location. Thanks to our sponsors. Frequently asked questions. It's a basic landing page from Google, but like at SEO, let's try a different design that may appeal to most. I don't know. I'm making shit up now.
That's the fun of it.
That's what I'm saying. You just get inspired and get creative.
Oh my god! Next year's Rocky
doing it live.
Doing it live.
Next year's Rocky Mountain thing is going to be insane. There's going to be like drag racers driving across the page as you load it.
And with that, I may actually be popping off. I'm going to let this. I'm going to let this read for. Actually, hang on. I'll do you one better. Give me a second.
Send me a thingamajigger.
Yeah, you'll get. Whatever I've done here, I can give you the link. That's the cool thing about Google.
Then I can continue on.
You can continue with it, or you do something new.
No, that's great.
All together. Give me a second.
And that's in. So I'm in Studio. I should do it all in. I can do it in Studio.
You can. I wouldn't do. You could do it in Studio if you wanted to build the framework with WordPress, right? I don't know how well Studio works necessarily with design. I mean, you could use any tool to iterate design. I've found that this is the cleanest designs that I've seen. And you can just kind of say it's a business website, it's an event website. So you can tell it, like, watch what happens when I iterate. Here, give me a second.
Good. I'll have to look at my plan. I thought I already had this plan. Let me see. Google 1 2 terabytes.
Oh, there we go. Okay, did you get? Oh, can you see it?
I haven't.
So it's a more utilitarian. You can see the grid. It's a little more utilitarian than the other one, but it's got the same content.
Okay.
But it's because of that font. It's more utilitarian. Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. Let's make the design a little more playful. The layout a bit tighter. This is for an event, so we need to make sure all the critical details are where they need to be. I'll do one more generation. Just one more.
You're good. One more, and then all of a sudden it's 3 a.m.
I know that's typically.
So can I run it without Gemini Pro, or do I need to be running Pro?
You don't. I don't think you need Pro. But honestly, Flash works just as well.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I'll play with it. If I need to go Pro, it's $10 more a month. It's not a huge deal.
Did I save this one out?
Well, I'm gonna be messing with that like crazy.
Give me a second.
You're good.
Okay, so that's cool. Preview. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
The Rocky's biggest 3D printing party. It still will have to say Rocky Mountain, but I can add.
Yeah, that's fine. But like, look right there,
That's-
win, where, admission.
There you
Like,
go.
it's
That's-
everything you have is above the fold. You could go in, you could iterate a menu, what's happening, find your way here, got question. Very, very simple landing page. Like, it's like, so let's share. And I think you can see all these iterations. There's anybody can see it. I think you can see, let me check.
Oh, here, let me pull it over to my copy.
No, and then you copy the canvas. You could copy the canvas into your account and then go from there. But let me see.
Oh, yeah, just copy. Nice. Copy canvas, and it's copied. Good enough. I got it.
Yeah, so you can go in and say, yeah, but add a menu at the top that links to X or links to Y or whatever.
I'm going to be playing with this. Great. There goes my evening.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And speaking of evening, I think I'm going to.
That's it for you. I'm probably going to cut out here shortly, but.
That's it, Chris.
Thanks for hanging out,
Take
Chris.
care. Good to see you.
Send you a link next time. Chewy.
Spirited Printer.
He's muted.
I guess, yeah. All good. Okay, I'm outie. Ish.
Right, thanks, Chris. Good to see you.
See ya.
Oh man, Reverse getting a new website.
Sorry, I'm on mute because I'm eating chips and dip, and I don't want to crunch in everyone else's ears.
So that's not a bad looking site. There's definitely things I need to change, but
yeah, it gives you a good starting point for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've been wanting to rebuild completely from bottom up. And if I can do it, everyone's like, oh yeah, but if I can make it, if I can work it towards what I want.
Yeah, well, you could probably take a screenshot of your existing site and say, hey, can you upgrade this to look a little bit more, I don't know what word you'd use, professional or more this, that.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm going to be playing with that this weekend for sure, because it's, I'm bringing it down to a basic site, but then I'll, as things grow, whenever we start doing things.
You need things scalable, adding more events, stuff like that.
It is scalable. It's just kind of a pain right now. This year I was behind on everything,
Right.
But that's, WordPress isn't the easiest thing also too. So it's not
true.
bad, but it's not. I do like Divi Builder for the easiness of I can add a logo, hit update, and it's there.
Right. But
Like,
then you're confined to templates. Like if you want a different template, you only can go to existing templates and say, maybe I'll try this one instead. And so, the Gemini that can just update it for you, and you're not confined to a specific template.
Yeah. I mean, as long as it's still easy to update, and I don't have to spend an hour doing stuff. It's, we get our sponsors. Here's our logos. See you later.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I'll play with a few options, but it's definitely time for something. We've had I've got a page from last year's, and then a page from this year's for photos, and I just linked to our photographer's thing, and it auto shuffles, which is fine. It doesn't have to be anything fancy for that. It's just, hey, here's what last year was like. I want to link the YouTubes for all the people watching, and
because there's tons of videos that YouTubers are uploading.
We've got a playlist, and then we've got all of our talks up, which I'm so glad we were able to record the talks better this year.
Yeah,
paid for some editing for some audio issues, like Cheesy Chain's magic show. He didn't have a lapel mic. He just set the mic on a stand. The audio is clear, but it sounds like he's a mile away. And so the editor brought the audio up, and it's fine now.
It's just hard when you're doing everything yourself. You have a full-time job, but you're also doing this on the side. Like, do you really have time for all these side things, like maintaining a website and photography?
We've got two other people, but they're busy as well.
Yeah.
They're probably busier than I am. I'm probably the least. I probably have the most bandwidth, but we're starting to lose some. So we're looking at maybe bringing on 2 more advisory roles type things to just take care of some of the other stuff. But
that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to keep it to 3 organizers, but if we can bring on some staff, I mean, obviously we don't make any official money doing it, so it's all time.
It's all pro bono, and
yeah. I mean, I get
anyone wants to help, they can step up, and
I mean, really, we try to do minimal out of pocket at the end of the year.
Yeah,
that's
and I feel like I run into the same issues where I have a full-time job, but then I'm also modeling. And, if I want to do any social media and I got to photograph and any videos and if I have a website and you maintain a website and I'm doing all that. So like stuff is suffering. And if I had a team, it would all be better.
Yeah.
But
well, that, I've got that. Then I've got what's behind me and all those projects, and it just, at some point, I just stop. I have barely, I think I've printed maybe 10 things since Rocky Mountain. I really just haven't had the ambition. I hate to say that I'm not burnt out of 3D printing.
You need time to relax, because as much as fun as 3D printing is, I feel like it starts to become like, I just need some time not doing stuff right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've got a hot end on this printer that I can't talk about. And I need to work on it. And
I think so. After Rocky Mountain, I was on vacation with my family for that whole week. So we went out there for Rocky Mountain, and then we stayed the rest of the week, and we're on vacation. And we came back for a week. And then we had to go to Oregon for a week. So it's like we've got to go back and forth. And going on road trips, I have 2 young kids. One is 4 and one turns 2 in August. And so road trips with little kids are very you have to find lots of activities and rest stops so that they don't want to die and don't make noises that make you want to die. And so by the time we got back, I hadn't been doing any printing, and I'm just like, oh.
All you need is a positron.
Right. I have a positron, but we didn't bring it with us.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Anytime I go anywhere, like we're going over to Grand Junction in the next month or so, and I'm like, I'll probably bring a positron. Like I'll throw it in the car. I'll throw a spool filament in, and it's not like it's not like I'm bringing a Voron. It's like, here's my printer. See you later.
Yeah, it's just like it's smaller than a duffel bag.
I know.
So how do you not fit that?
When I went to Earth last year, because I'm technically part of the team, I'm not so much anymore because I have other things. I actually have a case, Apache case that I had someone custom cut foam out.
So really?
2 positrons. Let me see if I can get it down. I actually carried on 2 positrons on the plane. Let me see if I can get this case out. Of course, everything's got to fall over.
That's my work area too. If I want to get to anywhere, I have to just shuffle everything around before I get there.
Yep. Let me see if I can get this down without too much of a mess. So I did an Apache 5800 case. I changed out the crappy wheels to just some $10 rollerblade wheels on Amazon. And
that's pretty nice.
So I had my buddy Zach. We've ordered some Kaizen foam that's made for the case. And I added some stuff here. So you put 2 beds up here because I have PCB beds for both. You put your glass beds here, your screens here. And then you've got...
Are you going to open source, Justin?
No, I wish I was.
No.
I would like to, but I don't have the time off. So, and I'd have to pay to get in as of right now. So, and then in the case, he actually cut the foam. So the power supply sits down here underneath the printer. Printer sits here, and then you put all your stuff, put this on top. And what's funny is when I flew to OpenSauce, last year I had one positron, and I got the positron like through security. They opened it, maybe do things. The dual did not even get open. They're just like, they paused it and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like,
Yeah.
the hell? What the heck?
Luck of the draw.
Yeah. I mean, it worked. I'm probably not going to go too many places with 2 positrons, but
I know my wife and I discussed briefly about taking the positron, mostly joking, but there wouldn't have been any time to print anything anyways, because especially traveling with kids, they're going to get antsy. We got to get out and go do stuff. So,
and I don't normally sticker bomb things, but I sticker bombed it. I think Steve's stickers on here somewhere, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. I sure hope so. Otherwise, yep, there it is. It's right there.
Sweet.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've started putting stickers on we have a top box for our car that we travel with, and my wife's been grabbing stickers to put on that. They're not 3D printed relating stickers, but that's the only thing we're really sticker bombing.
Yeah. I've never been one of those to sticker bomb things, but that was one of those things like, yeah, okay, we'll put some stickers on it. You know, I'm assuming you're going to Open Sauce, Steve?
Just as an attendee.
Okay. Yeah.
I bought a ticket on the last day of last year.
Right. Yeah, the whole cheaper, buy it for next year ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to go, but you know, I went as part of the team, and it was cool to see a different event, how that was put together, you know. I'll say different.
Have you been to a maker fair?
No. There was a maker fair here in Loveland in like 2017.
Yeah.
But not a full-on maker fair, no.
There's distinct differences between
the
different events.
Oh yeah. I mean, that's
trade show, Rep Festival, and maker fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, it's the difference between the three. ERF is more the trade show, MERF is the party.
Well, not even that. I mean, the actual 3D additive manufacturing trade show is
I would love
thing.
I want to go to Rapid. I want to go to Form Next. I want to see that level because I want to experience it.
It's more about the way you approach or the way you end up approaching communicating with people.
Yeah.
So it's very maker fair. You end up doing a lot more explaining from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Rep Festival, you're among other enthusiasts, so you end up talking. You start your discussions at a certain level.
You kind of go deeper in the weeds, explaining how things work, and yeah.
Well, I'm hoping as time goes, I'm hoping to go to more and more events. I'm working on an avenue to make that a feasible thing because I would like to go to, so Christoph came to Rocky Mountain from Form Next, which was awesome. Mm-hmm. And he said, if you come to Form Next, let me know and I'll get you a VIP ticket. I'm like, oh, I wish I had the time off to go.
That's a big trade show. So
that's I've been
to Rapid show. TCT in LA, which was a pretty good size. I've been to now I've been to TCT Asia, but Form Next is probably as big as both of those combined.
Jeez. Yeah, that would be
Form Next last
really
fall.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to go, but
I think I'm going to try to go again. I was looking at flights and they were really expensive, but then Booch was showing me just searching flights on Google.
And they were going to have one here in the U.S., but it got postponed.
Yeah.
November 18th to 21st.
It was coinciding with Rapid in Detroit.
Yes. Yeah, I remember that.
So Rapid next year is supposed to be in Boston.
I know.
I'd like to go to that one because I've never been to the far northeast.
I need to message you then because there may be a potential not conflict, but a very fun week for everybody.
Is it right there?
It's right after. Sure. I'll just message you.
Okay. You have a singular viewer here.
Yeah, I know, but it's recorded VOD. because Rapid ends on that one day, and then that's otherwise it's May. Otherwise we're back to this crappy week that we did.
How is Smurf?
Smurf is March 7th and 8th. So that's I talked to Georgia about that, but
I guess I won't be going to Rapid then.
Yeah, I've talked to
jerk.
Ow! I mean, what's funny is I actually at Rocky Mountain I talked to everyone, except for
you didn't talk to me.
Well, I talked to companies more than anything, realistically.
I mean,
I know it was either that day or it's back into the bad weekend of May. Or it was that or Mother's Day. We could have done Mother's Day. We would have had nobody on Sunday.
Nah, bring your mom out to Rocky Mountain.
Yeah.
Fun.
Bring your mom and get free spools of film. Yeah, no, I mean, we're going to have issues every year. What's funny is last year we did Rocky Mountain, and Rapid was the week of, I think, and they moved it. So, but I know they announced the dates early. But all these bigger events can book their venues a year early. We can't. We can hold the dates, but we can't book. Like once we're booked, that's it. But no, I've talked to pretty much everybody. I'm gonna have a few upset people, and it's gonna make hell for some of the content creators, which
you can't please everyone. You can try your best, but there are going to be upset people.
Trust me, I want to please everybody. That's like my thing.
Was it Tech Jeeper that said February? Let's just do February.
Oh God.
Bring your jackets.
Bring your jackets. Bring your snow tire. Your studded dragster tires.
Run your dragster through the snowbank.
Into the ice bank, because it's always ice here. Because it'll snow in the morning, and then in the afternoon it's melted or it's ice.
Right.
Because Colorado, the snow does not stay. It doesn't matter. You get 2 feet of snow, it's gone 2 days later. It's insane here.
Try to make some ramps then out of the snow.
Just adding that on there. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I really do want to go to Rapid. I want to go to one of these bigger shows just to experience it. The problem for me is it's in the middle of the freaking week. So if I go, I've got to take 5 days off. Like if I,
any trade shows are going to be during the week.
I know. I'm working on an avenue to go to more of these shows. But like even Rocky Mountain, I was off Wednesday to Tuesday, but the way I had it set up with work, I only used 2 days of PTO because of it. So trying to figure out where the next pile's going, huh, Steve?
No, I've turned this oven on.
It's is it for annealing or?
Well, I mean, it'll go up to 300C.
Dang.
And it'll go down to, I think, 26 above ambient, something above ambient. I don't remember. But it has a fan in here too, so it'll be effective for drying higher temp filaments too.
Right. I'm looking at I'm looking at the Frankfurt thing. So it's the 18th to the 21st. So I'm gonna need to be out there for a week, easy. It's not. I've got miles on United. I'll have to look. That might be worth burning 5 more days of PTO up. If I go, I'll fly out Saturday, come back the following Sunday, go over to. I wonder how far Frankfurt is.
Yeah, if you can afford the PTO, I feel like flying is a lot more affordable if you don't fly on a Friday or a Sunday.
Right. So there's a Frankfurt to Prague train. If I'm going to go all the way to Frankfurt, you know I'm going to Prague.
I wonder what you'll be seeing there.
Nothing. Only a few of these. I mean, I've been to Printed Solid a couple times. That's kind of easy when you go to Earth.
Not the same.
No, not at all. But Shane also has offered the tour.
I made the mistake of going there the week before Formnext.
Oh no.
So I got a very superficial tour.
Yeah, you got the hey, here's our stuff, see you later. Yeah, that may be a problem.
Was all obviously over the place.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a whole different level. I mean, I know what I've talked to some of those people that exhibit. I'm like, I know how much they charge for those booths. And and I still feel bad when we send out our pricing. And I'm like, yeah, but it's a different thing. And they set it all up for you. There's a lot more. The event does more for that price too. More on their side, from what I was told. Like some of them will set everything up for you. You just ship it in and walk in, set your stuff down, and
I got a V0 Z stepper.
Okay.
I had a very particular reason I wanted it. I don't remember what that is.
Well,
I have no clue. I'm sitting here. I've been cleaning up, and I uncovered because I grabbed some long shaft stepper motors too.
Are those the like really long? Oh, I need to get a set of those.
Not super long. I think these are the 35 millimeter long.
Okay.
But I know I had a non V0 reason for this. And I have no idea what it is.
Yeah. I'm waiting on my Fabrico salad fork 180 kit to soon TM show up. I ordered it when he was doing pre-orders, and eventually I'll see it. Maybe by Earth. I know they're having fun.
You got a what? What did you get?
The salad fork 180.
Oh, from Fabrico?
From Fabrico. Because I won a $500 gift card at Earth last year, so I used it towards that.
Is that one of the Polymaker ones? Didn't
Polymaker
do the same thing?
Yeah, because I won second place in Dragsters at Earth, so that was a $500 gift card. I'm like, can I use it for this? And then I held on to it till Hector released the pre-orders and went boop. Which is funny because what they were giving away for first place, I actually let someone else win. I sandbagged because I was like, that was this, and I didn't want what they were given, and so I'm just like, I'll take second place. I sandbagged for a better prize, in my opinion. So well, we've been going for 3 hours and 11 minutes. That's the longest one I've done in a while.
That's a good long stream.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm also streaming against Pezliz and the Polymaker Hall, but I'm not gonna try to change my days because no matter what I do, someone else is streaming anyway.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
I just started streaming, and I'm like, well, when am I gonna stream? Because everyone else is streaming when I would stream.
Exactly.
So I just decided I would start work earlier on the days I'll stream, so I can start my stream sooner, and so when I end, I can then watch someone else's stream.
Yeah. I've done once in a while. I've done a Sunday one in the afternoons. And those tend to work okay, But I try to hold my weekends for me as much as I can, and then do this every other Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I almost wasn't today. I had a not amazing day at work, so Alice was going to say no, and then it got better, so I wasn't enough of a mood. But it's not like I get 25, 30. I've had 25 or 30 viewers, but it's not like I get that. I'm not, not everyone's coming to watch this. They're going to watch other sometimes more exciting things. I can't blame them. So,
well, it's hard when I feel like consistency is difficult, especially when you have a full life, and so I think that might be part of it.
That's why it's every other week, if time allows. If it doesn't, I'm not missing anything by not streaming. Yeah, it's fun to hang out and chat with different people every week, and same people, everyone. But
yeah,
it's nice to keep the rep maker spirit going, even though we're not around. And I love my Rocky Mountain, but I'm working the whole time. I get a few minutes here and there to chat. That's where Earth for me is.
Yeah,
I get to go to Earth and chat.
Yeah,
that's and I'm
well,
hoping,
it's so fun to meet everyone that you chat with online and all the streamers you see. So
it was. I mean, I remember that the first year I went to Murph, I sat down got in on a Thursday, sat down the next morning for breakfast, and Joel, Pooch, and Shep sit down, and Joel's like, "You're Justin." I'm like, "Huh? How do you know? What's this?" Yeah. I'm like, "How do you know who this some guy is?" Thing. I'm like, that was. I'll always tell that story. That was fun. And then
that is pretty cool.
Pushing people around to the. If you go back and look, there's a video of Joel pushing Mitch around in a coffee table.
Oh.
That table still
funny.
exists. I got confirmation that table still exists this past weekend. So
nice.
I meant to send someone to scan it.
Rocky Mountain was the first one I ever went to, and I've never really met anyone that I've seen online before, so I was worried that I would get like starstruck and not know how to talk to people. But everyone is just so chill that you're just like, hey, it's just another buddy. You just start talking, and it's great.
Yeah, we're all just we're just nerds.
That's
all we are. We're just a bunch of nerds.
We all got a lot of stuff in common.
Yeah,
so
I mean, that's. As I said in an interview at Murph 23, if we could find someone to buy an island and make it self-sufficient, we'd just move everybody there. Everyone and their families.
Our 3D printers will just print everything we need for that island. Yeah. Who needs any other manufacturing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, we have Cocoa Press, so there's our chocolate.
There's our chocolate. Well, and Voron's starting to do CNC stuff, so we can start doing that.
I mean, just move a few thousand people to an island in the middle of nowhere, and
we got our own infrastructure already.
Yeah, we just need a little bit of solar power and some 30-amp breakers.
Perfect. That's all we need.
Right? We can make our own laws. If you can print it, it's legal. No, except for the things that shouldn't be.
Mm.
I'm
sure someone would find something to print that would be like, no, let's not do that again.
Right. No mas. Yeah. No, it's always fun. It's my reprieve from work. The refresh that we all need. So
yeah.
Earth is a pretty high chance I may have a conflict with work if we lose anyone on our team between now and then I can't go, which I will be. I mean, it's not that I couldn't go. I would have to shorten my trip.
Oh, yeah.
Normally I go Thursday to Monday for my trips, and I would be like Thursday night to Monday morning, like straight to work. So
yeah, I think I actually booked my flights there. My ADHD got the better of me, and thinking about 3D Printopia, I just started looking at flight costs. I'm like, hey, I could afford that. And the next thing I knew, I booked a flight and reserved a hotel room. And so
I'm gonna message you the hotel that I know a few people stay at.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
The usual.
Yeah, that one. The one that Steve knows.
Oh, yeah. I think I
already
booked one at the Wyndham Hotel or something like that. That's around there. But
well, I obviously we won't say it where, but that's the that's a good hotel. It's
Book it before it.
Yeah, don't forget to book. Yeah.
I haven't booked my flight yet either.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait on my flight a little bit, but
yeah, until you know for sure what days
I'm gonna
you'll
book
be
a
there.
refundable flight. I don't want to book it and then, but I'm gonna use points for the hotel or miles for the hotel. My wife's got some Capital One points that we need to use up because we don't go anywhere anyway. And then I'm gonna use Rocky Mountain sends me out there as a marketing expense because I'm also going to market for the event. And so hopefully all I'm gonna have to pay for is a car and food. Hopefully. But if I can't go, I will be very sad. Then I'll really want to go to
Yeah.
I want to go to Smurf, but it's the timeline to Rocky Mountain. I'm not sure I can go to Smurf that right then. So.
Well, and I've never organized any event, but I imagine like the days leading up to the event, there's probably a lot of work to do to make sure things are lined up, that people are going to be there. And
to a point, there's some things that once you get to a certain point, it kind of just flows. And there's some things that things get frustrating, but that's before we did this 3 years ago, I had no event experience, none, zip, zilch, nada. We were flying by the seat of our pants. My whole thing was, what else? What are we missing? What's going to go wrong?
Yeah.
That was all I thought of. Where are the little things? Because
that sounds like a lot of anxiety, honestly.
Oh yeah.
Just thinking of everything that could go wrong, what you can do to mitigate it.
So the first day of Rocky Mountain, the first year, the setup day, I woke up and I thought I was nauseous. I was anxious, nauseous. I was worried no one was going to show up sponsor-wise. My brain goes to, what if no one shows up? I knew they were gonna, but my brain hit that. And then same thing Saturday. What if nobody shows up at the door? And then the line's just freaking long. I'm like, I still woke up early this year. I woke up at like 6 on Friday, 5:30 on Saturday, and 4:30 or 5 on Sunday.
Oof. Early mornings.
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're the first person in, the last person out, you gotta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's very exhausting. Yeah. Though we all appreciate what you do to help with that.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it. I would step out if I didn't enjoy it. It's worth it. It's crazy. You do all this and then it's a 2 or 3 days of awesome with an extra here and there and back to regular life. And it went by faster than ever this year, which is insane. I felt like it was just, I blinked and it was over.
I'm going to jump off here.
Yeah, you're good. We're gonna shut down. Thanks for hanging out, Steve.
Yep.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
We'll, see ya.
Good night.
Yeah, I think I'll hop off too.
Yeah, I'm gonna just end the stream here for those that are watching. Thank everyone, the 4 people we have watching, for watching. We should be back in 2 weeks, but I'm gonna go to bed and then back to work.
Good night, everyone, and
night,
thanks,
everyone.
Justin. I'll see you later.
I'll send you a link in the future.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
See ya.
Have a good night.